novices, and they're competitively matched for the level that they're at in their career. So there's no title fights this time. We're just giving like kids an opportunity to perform in front of the lights, sport TG4, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to some cracking contests. It's headlined by Kyle Smith. He's a local lad from the area, so he's brought a huge crowd here, and it's going to be phenomenal atmosphere come this afternoon.
Yeah, and I suppose the star guy is Kyle Smith on the show. He's in the early part of his career as well, but he's from the area here.
Yeah.
He would have sold a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
There's something kind of an X factor about him, isn't there?
Yes. No, he doesn't shy away from the attention, but he's also not an extrovert. He's very, very humble. You know, even to be headlining in only his second fight. His first fight was at Windsor Park, as we're aware. It was a phenomenal opportunity for him. But now we're here in his hometown, and he's got to perform in front of his home crowd. He's fighting a veteran of nearly 100 fights. But, you know, he is only just turned 20 the other day. We'll have to take it easy with all these kids, build them up slowly, and then, you know, they will be like tomorrow's champions without a shadow of a doubt. I'm actually looking forward to the co-main, which is Heej McMahon. He impressed on our last show. He's fighting a tricky southpaw. Again, they're all in learning fights. It's going to develop their career. So I hope, you know, he performs well and has a good victory. Yeah,
he's a very good prospect, and he's talking about stepping into the realm of championship titles next year. Like we're talking about, you know, starting at the lower end and working his way up, talking about Celtic titles, Irish titles, and he looked good. I did commentary on his last fight. He looked pretty good, but this is going to be a step up for him, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, definitely, because he did come from the white collar scene, and he only had like 3 or 4 of them fights, but D. Walsh's coaches put a lot of time and effort into him, and he is really coming on. And as I say, you know, you've seen the success of Fabio Wardley at the weekend or last weekend, and it shows like if you've got talent, it will shine through no matter where you are.
And just finally then, Mark, about a lot of these boxers, they're turning professional very young. They don't have, let's say, like, you know, a very extensive amateur career, but it's almost like they're not, it doesn't matter to them, it doesn't faze them. They see the professional goals and ambitions, and they're like, I want to get in there quickly and shoot for the stars. What's your opinion on that?
Well, my opinion is a good amateur career will more or less guarantee you your first 10 fights, you know, 10 victories. But then you're fighting guys that are actually hard men who like they've been in every prospect, which is a lot of the guys on the B side tonight. They've all been in with all the top prospects, and basically, like, you know, if these guys, they all have dreams, goals, and ambitions of, you know, describing what you just done about moving on to title fights and all, but they have to, you know, move past these guys first. You just can't jump up. But this is experience under the cameras. Everything sets him a stead for what's to come. I'm particularly looking forward to Cathal Jennings as well. He's a very exciting kid. You know, from Newry, he's brought a huge crowd up, and he's here for, like, you know, like for war. You know.
And that's somebody actually who has got a good amateur pedigree. He did go away from it for a while, but he's been mixing it with good, good amateurs and good pros as well back in the day. So he is quite seasoned as well. So looking forward to watching him as well tonight. Well, this afternoon. Mark, best of luck with the show. Wish you well, and thanks for bringing big time boxing back to Belfast again and again and again.
Thanks very much, guys. Thank you.
Live on TZ Car here on a Sunday afternoon in sunny Newton Abbey. Make sure you tune in.
Se fáilte go dúrnalach beún se nach álainn náte se thriller at the main legs mecin chip and chin and not álainn seo tíoch a dúsgeirt chaid bhéal feriste támuide agus chuig Friday bhéáin ar gáta trúna rud difriúil a bhd ítach agus an slú bailúisteach lá beo an témón sinach nach das an roiir sin an seo sa méle támuid an seo tí harteid chuúnaid tímó go chaid bhéal feriste na gréine an slú bailúisteach an seo agus a chuig Friday Morris Mary Marrálaigh a bhés ein chuip agus mar bhí Eric Donovan agus Tommy Carty agus an promotion sin MacDonald begin se chuip Tá muid a súga mór le chud gona dúrnalaí óga ítach as chuig ola Eceal trúna agus a cuptain eile leneart taihíp ma derma sé an cósráfa a bheith le manachna Eric Donovan agus a bheith Tommy McCarthy lín chamá cantarrís gona dúrnalaí a seo go dtí deire an trúna. Ach in chéad trades a bheith sein agus a Oisin Dunlop sin na trades gon chéadú go professional as Belfast bheith sin na turtáid Connor Meanwell agus neach taí ag sin sa chéad trades agus sin chéad chun a bheith ein i tíad ein rhuib agus mar dearmad Oisin Dunlop trades go chéadú agus sin a sú go mór leis agus an chéad trades a bheith go professional agus Eric, I suppose you were talking to Marka and Tommy there about the importance of giving young fighters a chance. Oisin Dunlop getting his first chance and a brilliant occasion, brilliant atmosphere building, an afternoon fight card. It doesn't really make a difference what time you fight, does it?
No, not really. Not really, Carty. No, not really, Carty. I think this is a great opportunity for all of these fighters. A cracking venue. It's so intimate. It's so confined. I believe the energy and the atmosphere in here is just going to rise and lift. The noise levels is going to be amplified in here, and that's when you're a young kid and you're drawn by the I suppose the razzmatazz and all of the professional boxing game. This is where you want to be. You want to be in venues that are electric and they have great atmosphere, and this is certainly going. Just judging by the look of it, and we walked around it. It looks like there's not a bad seat in the place. It's a great place to have your debut. Great place to box, but to have your debut here is just an incredible opportunity for young Oisin Dunlop.
Yeah, mar sin feice brocht as an sin gonát agus siad tíar at the middle agus dínar fáte go dín taisteach an deas fád an chomportach an roiach ag chulachna a bháine agus mu súil go bhain taineh as na tresnaí ar fád chucíín ar fád donnalí óga ar fád a bheith sein in action ribanne ach má heap go ben réile sos ag an MC Kenny MacDonald.
On behalf of NXT Promotions, Mr. Mark Dunlop, Mr. Paul McLean, McLean's Bookmakers, Mr. Mark Weir, Arcane's Competitions, TG4 Sports, and Boxing Social, welcome to the Thriller at the Mill! Ladies and gentlemen, being broadcast live and streamlined live by TG4 Sport and also Boxing Social. Ladies and gentlemen, today's boxing is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Officials at ringside today are your inspectors for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Gamble, Mr. Martin McWilliams, Mr. Owen McMahon, Mr. Derek Watson, Mr. John Marley, Mr. Des Watson, and Stevie Redford. Our steward in charge, Mr. John Williamson, MBE. Area representative, Mr. John Gray. Our doctors at ringside tonight, Dr. Chris Nutt and Dr. Ian Tipping. Your referees for tonight, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., timekeeper, Mr. Dale Elliott. And again, ladies and gentlemen, a big welcome and a big sponsor. Thank you to Mr. Mark Weir, Arcane's Competitions, Mr. Paul McLean, Brad McLean, and broadcasters, Sport TG4 and Boxing Social. Give them all a big round of applause. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime! Please welcome to the ring from Newark, boxing out of the red corner tonight, Connor, the Pitbull, Meanwell! Let's give him a clap, come on! That's it. making his professional debut tonight from Belfast. Please welcome to the ring, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop. Our first contest of the evening in the super welterweight division, scheduled for 4 by 3 minute rounds, weighing in at 159.7 pounds from Newark, the guy himself, boxing out the red corner tonight, Connor, the Pitbull, Meanwell. Come on, give him a big round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 157.4 pounds. Boxing out of the blue corner tonight with beautiful white and blue trim shorts. Please give it up, making his professional debut tonight, Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop! Ladies and gentlemen, your referee for this contest, Mr. Heroes Jr., and like it was final instructions.
Gentlemen, I spoke to the change room. You would expect, protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Ons ré mar sin go chéad tréad anocht agus Oisin Dunlop agus Eisian sna bhrítí pán agus gurm agus Eisian tréad go chéadú an seo agus tíbhile gon bháine tá Conor Meanwell. Mark Dachan agus fearháil neart taí fearle gan éon taí sna bótaí professionta ach míid taí aige sna bótaí amateurach an difriúil agus go stas na bháine seo faoin na sailse. Agus Dunlop mai dermid gurm Meanwell sna bhrítí dubh. Take a sucker she's in chugus. Oh, she can jab snooze with her deuce. He's gone do. And he's me on Hune Ashkippy. I should hear two small back up. Don't up again jab all because I fought coach Shelley. First 30 seconds is always the big one there, isn't it? After doing the walk through and the walk out. Set yourself and even was a nice left hand there.
Yeah. It is his debut, so you know all the nerves, all the tensions will be with you, and he is taking a very comfortable stand in the centre of the ring. He landed a good backhand there a couple of moments ago, but it's still early days. He's going to, I suppose, warm into this. That was a nice little body shot there, but you have to be careful too in the early day, especially in the early parts. That's good boxing skills there, but the last thing you want to do is get caught with a big overhand swinging punch from Meanwell.
She must have too small of a gig. I think he got the second. She can't Dasso Kartig Dassiga. Lewis Meanwell and Thompson. Versa cup suckry she's Kita Dunlop. She saw stick march two sugar. Love Cléisian úsás agus ís love Clé tíidech. Gur Meanwell a bheall isteach. Michael Numad. Meanwell near tahi ige sin. That's right. Fan mianta. Why these would tahi ige na Dunlop ach. Love Cléisian go go Dunlop and Tamar Fagadi seo. It's what we say in the opportunity not had Murray Foss.
Something that stands out from me there as well, Carty, is he's just quite relaxed and comfortable. You know, sometimes when you've got young boxers making their debut, they're kind of keen and eager to impress. But he's looking like, you know, he's looking like a guy that is a lot older than 19 years of age. He's so young, but he's actually boxing very, very comfortable and like an experienced pro.
Yeah, I talked about he was dreaming about this since he was 3, so he's been a long time waiting.
Yeah, but he is realising his dream now. His dream has become a reality now. He's always dreamt of the pro ranks, and even though he's been a successful amateur boxer underage, he never boxed at elite level. And we were talking about this in the pre-match build-up about how young fighters, they're not relying upon having a big, long, extensive amateur career anymore. If they feel they're good enough, they're bypassing that period and going straight in and learning on the job as a professional boxer. Good work.
Contest got to Eg Dunlop. Agus Meanwell did a kick on Oisin Dunlop sauce to come out. And a kid both good profession to. He'll be very happy, Eric, so far. Nice and relaxed, as you said. And threw a few nice punches. Straight left, he was landed once or twice and then finished strong as well.
I was very happy with his level of his discipline in the round. He got caught with a very good punch to the solar plexus in the early part of the first round, and I was just curious to see how he'd react or respond to that. But he did respond. He responded very, very well, very educated and intelligent. Took his time, and I thought he outboxed his opponent then throughout the first round, but showed a little bit of aggression near the end as well, just to put any doubts to bed as well with the judges. A unanimous first round win for Oisin Dunlop.
Yeah, Eric Dunlop mar sin Rockwell. Too smart Eg Dunlop. Zaid a Meanwell. When you won, just na hasogi. Agus na hasnochi buller dúsach. Is as hosta mag chéad sú mal catige. Fina side sin shot. Agus I should have fina side go cholonach. Gear going too smart. Love Clay Eastach in Royal Spruck Camp Shunursion. I'm going to hear Chap Clay Snusad. Thompson count Ishel Dasog. What you saw done up in Urshinach. He will cross into his header. So try to check what we do vert. I go. Turn like here. Chap Tidach. And Dunlop. Love Clay and coach you up. Fan Gnoch. Gates zich een second just in te get. Maybe try to jog up Neochen. Can't each like Dunlop. Ach, Cousins wad into. Meanwell. He's a very throw up. Shas sheer on the kill it. Easton Love Clayton. Hammer Fadigan. Can't Tidach is in chin and Tasso Gaha. Meanwhile, Conor Ash. Take a minute to squeal it, begging in smooth. Gargo heal it. Off Clay Zira reached. Because it's hard to take Meanwhell Thompson. There's a hole net. Off Clay. Squeal a couple of Conor in this shot. A Cabrew, Meanwhell, Cousins come on, Chinagus. Costa Usa Dege. Conor paid and Chinny slides it.
I have to say it's a good matchup as well for Oisin Dunlop. You know, his manager picked a really good opponent for him. Meanwhile, you know, he is a very experienced professional fighter. There's only 2 wins out of his 35 fights. He's lost 32 and drew 1. Only 2 wins, and you have to go back a long way before you find a win on his record. But he is somebody that's durable and somebody that will give you a good round. So a great matchup for his debut opponent.
In Dorbout and shot. Tactic Cooney Dunlop Love Cleggs and Chin Gearan Zasso Gusazach. Meanwhile, Mavier Dunlop Yartahiga. Gusazach like come on Chenach. Dunlop Gear Squeed and Love Clay. Meanwhile, Tuchan Keen. He's ready to roll it. Connevet. Kunyal Greenmer Hela. Second focus at door about to jut. Meanwhile, Spanish and Conchinach. Dunlop and Haynes Hostilish. The second focus. Of Clay Reach. Meanwhile, Tuchan Keen. Meanwhile, Connu Ho Khanchin. Again, the straight left hand is working all the time, but Meanwhile is coming forward. He came forward with a bit more aggression there in the last 20 seconds. But again, Dunlop, again, it's a slightly different round to the first one, but he'll be again happy.
Yeah, no, he's got to be very happy with that, and he's in a very comfortable position. You're always going to have your opponents that will come out and there come out a couple of little episodes throughout the rounds where they have a little blast, but he hasn't really taken any big punches at all. Hasn't chipped any. 2 rounds in to his professional boxing career, he's looking quite comfortable. Looks like he's enjoying it as well. He might want to try and maybe just raise it up the ante a little bit. He's landing some really nice shots, but he might want to close the show in style now as well. Like, as even though we talk about rounds are important, when you're a young pro starting out, you can't wait to get your first knockout or your first stoppage, and he might just want to do that tonight.
Second time.
Both to see Martian. Oisin Dunlop a treads tonight. Conor Meanwell. Oisin Dunlop and Chas Belfast treads in héadú profession ta. Agus how about to má go dtí seige is a sásta go má. Conor Meanwell treads in chuck up a shot nach ga go má in Chas Belfast. Go leor tahiige.
Have to say Dunlop is looking in great shape. He got himself into really good shape. Super welterweight division, a packed division, and he looks really good. I have to say, well done to his coaches on getting him into great shape for this fight. There's instruction coming in as well. Look, an uppercut from his uncle Tony Dunlop, who is the head coach at the Belfast Cronk gym, another famous boxing gym in this country.
Dunlop a couple of contests and chin-up. Meanwhile, Zasso Grashach. Dunlop Gerbies and Lewis or Dún Chugus. Call even chin. Coach League's uncle Rollish. Zasso Gachaba Miss Minikir. Gerbu Meanwell Nishtag me Hokinach Nicha Ka Hori the Machin. Plays a Turshu. Smoked the shot. Wait till Christophe Levidish.
You may remember Tony James Tennyson, Irish European champion, would have been coached by Tony Dunlop as well. Had a great career, world title challenger, and went very far. Had a brilliant career. So he's in good hands, in a good stable. His dad Fra Dunlop is involved in his career as well, and it's a family affair.
Das Cotton Chinnig, Oisin Sausage Ganchin, Agus Nishla Brew. Irish Walach no Chach, Wadney Sort. Agus Taki finish gear Cooney toe Conching Das. Sich das Smotet. Das got Cousins come out, Meanwhile Tamshnach. Nishtoshin Fausuch, Meanwhile a cock up con sheer. You want to split come out Tamshin. Contest East Dunlop. Tidach Glan, Conor Glan, no should Zasog.
He's got a really good jab, Dunlop. I'm impressed by his jab, and it's a tudden jab as well. It's not just one of these.
It's a scoring one, isn't it? Really,
it's a scoring one, but it really knocks you off track and knocks you off kilter. Oh, he took a very good punch there. Fair play, Conor. Meanwhile, landed a very good overhand right, and then tied up his opponent. So again, showing his own experience, and a man that has been in with a lot of good opposition, and he knows how to handle himself in the ring. But good fight.
It's a second focus he mounted see. East Rito Shatter Stachen Chin. Dunlop Queen who had come more hot near hot. See about to cut it. And there's a full rating and Caru Bota Oisin Dunlop. You should sauce to come on Gadisha. Happy enough. What would you be looking for now to especially in your first professional fight? You know, you're trying to settle down and get your rounds, but what would the team be looking for? A bit more speed, a bit more maybe energy?
Well, he's looking very good. He's 3 rounds to the good now. So if you're in his corner now, you can tell him to just go out and do the same again and get the win, and we move forward. He took his eye off the ball there just for a moment in the near the end of the third round, and he got caught with a big right hand over the top. You don't want to be giving any free shots, any silly shots away to your opponent. You want to completely nullify them, completely give them no ambition and no hope. So I would say just to stick to your boxing, go out and win the last round. And if you want to up the ante a little bit, do it. But don't be too risky or don't be too careless.
Don't leave yourself open. Both the nach mar sin.
Second time.
Agus Oisin the Diamond Dunlop agus Connor the Pitbull Meanwell to tidy chéile. Deasó Cartig Dunlop ach cínte Coachally rá brúchaid. Agus yap go chapidir gear críoch má ver smóta seige. Meanwell, I think was he talking to us, Eric?
Well, there's that jab over the top. Last round as well. Last round, opponents will always kind of.
Can't get up a cut of Hanchin, you're right, Elish. Dunlop a can't either. That's so good.
He's a nice boxer, Dunlop. He wants to stick to his boxing, not get drawn in. You can see that. Meanwhile, now he's just looking for that close quarters. He wants to rough and tumble, but it's very easy to get drawn into that. But it's more, you need to be resilient and disciplined to not get drawn into to a fight that doesn't suit your style.
Can't you deal with that? Even though it's Eshe Meanwhile, Horta Shashina. Nisha Connell a cut to Gadasik Dunlop. Meanwhile, Kosh Irash. Paid a Gadasik Dunlop and Chin. Deal with that on the Duan. Or Connor Meanwhile. Meanwhile, Garrett Gowra is a Runa Shees. Near a second. Near a cool second. Let roll.
Dunlop his coach asking him to step back, because he doesn't want him to smother his work. When he steps back and he lets his punches out, he's landing the right hand to the body and finishing up to the head with a left hook. It's worked for him a couple of times. But when he's close, his work gets smothered. So if you can keep it at arm's length and keep his opponent at arm's length, he can do some real effective work.
Connell gets on the do on agus. Very keen das option cut a go Sheen Dunlop's motor shop out to noch. He want to give a card ash. Like an Ardic that's so he's can clay das and Chinnig Meanwell. A Thurshu Tosha, Numan Foki. He wants to keen Dunlop a car. That's so good and Chinnig Dunlop. Like an he say Meanwell and Ursha. If Dunlop is clear to his ass and paid his ass again. Don't figure the thread grew to get. I saw us to come out. Can't tell us that and do on Horta Shashina. Whatever he said, Meanwhile, Dunlop a car.
Oh,
can't pay the can't ask the Chinnig Dunlop. Meanwhile, caught Ash. Agus Bish the Sus and Chinnig Rator. Couple of second Foki, 10 second. Dunlop a car. Meanwhile, tough and keen. Meanwhile, Racha. A roller second keen. And vertical Kagama. Meanwhile, Agoria. Oisin Dunlop Esha on Sauce and Kus Manchin. They'll be very happy with that, Eric, won't he?
Yeah, look, it was a good fight for him, good start for him. He got loads of action as well, and that's a good thing as well. I like the fact that his opponent had a real go at him there in the last round. If you were his coach, and particularly his coaches being family members as well, your heart to be in your mouth, thinking don't take too many risks, keep that chin down. But it's also good to get to feel a punch or two when you're in there as well, because it's all experience. And
you can see it's always nice to see that when Conor, Meanwhile coming in talking to us. He knows probably it's his first professional fight. He's been in those shoes, and you learn a lot from other boxers, won't you?
You do.
For both boxers here today, absolutely fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee from Belfast, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 40-36 in favour of your winner tonight, making his professional debut from Belfast, Oisin Dunlop.
Mar sin ché tred grúte ag Oisin de Diamond Dunlop an chas bell fetichte Caracha a trícha sé agus be a chlán agus Hocheli an sásta tilte go maige, and we saw a few different shots from him. He landed a couple of nice body shots there. I know, Eric, you were a man that liked a nice body shot. He landed a couple there as well in round 3 and round 4.
Yeah, no, it was very good. I was very impressed with his performance. He showed great maturity in the fight for such a young age, being only 19 years of age, and to be mature and to be patient and took his time. And he's a great jab. He's also got a bit of heart and guts about him, and you need that too. Good solid chin. He took 2 or 3 punches as well that were tough shots, thumping shots, solid shots, took them well and dealt with his opponent in a fine fashion. Won all round. You can't ask for any more. He moves onwards.
Yeah, and I suppose it's always, when the build up to your first professional fight, you're always thinking of the best things, and you're trying to sell tickets and you're trying to get things online and social media, and especially the guy at his age. Plus, to get the first one over and done with, get the 4 rounds and be happy with your performance is always a good thing. It's onwards and upwards then.
Absolutely.
Oisin the Diamond Dunlop an sásta agus Eisian sásta go maith lena hospontas agus cifannach meach a grúchtal Caracha trícha sé agus ceappa go muid roilerí cholisteach ag Tommy McCarthy atá cant Oisin.
We are here with our latest professional boxer in Belfast, the winner Oisin Dunlop. How was that?
Brilliantly. Exciting running up to it, training hard. I fought performed very well there, so paid off.
Yeah, I got tasty there in the last round. How did you find with the smaller gloves, no headgears and that?
To be honest, mate, I've been picturing it since I was 4. So in there, it's just, I've already imagined it in my head millions of times, so now it's in there, it's nothing new to me.
Yeah, you had a brilliant ring walk. You must have had that planned out for a while as well.
It's been planned out years.
I've been building it up.
I've been building it up.
Kanye West to walk into the ring.
Yeah.
That was the training camp, doing a ring walk. Yeah. And what have you seen in the gym?
He's just come on brilliantly from him. I've been training Oisin from he was 9 years of age, along with his dad, and just massive improvements. See the sparring he's getting world class sparring. He's down sparring the McKenna's, Mingo McKinson. He's just coming from here to here.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. So now that you're off and running, you're 1-0. What are your plans for the next 6 months to a year?
Just get out as soon as possible. Be as busy as I can throughout the year. I'm not sure if anything's going up. Ian's the man. He'll sort that, but I'll just leave it to Ian's hands, and here he is here, Ian.
We are with the manager. Manager, how do you rate your new charges' performance tonight?
Yeah, look, ever since we've kind of got together, we've always known how special this kid is, so it's a case of he's 18 years old, but look at the size of him for a light middle. He's a big boy. He's going to grow into himself. He's going to get more and more of that man strength. But like the lads were saying, he's been doing 8, 10, 12 rounds with the 2 McKennas. That's hard, tough sparring. For an 18-year-old kid to come in on his debut to do that kind of performance, and especially in the last round when Conor Meanwell, he put it on him, and to be able to keep his composure and have that kind of discipline while putting together his shots, it's a really impressive debut.
Yeah, it was very impressive indeed. And what are I know it's early doors, but what are your hopes for Oisin's career moving forward, like in the future?
Yeah, like in the initial stages, we'll build him up. We'll get through the 4 rounds and through the 6 rounds, but there's a lot there in his division that we can look at from a Celtic title point of view, Irish title point of view, and move on hopefully into European waters. But he's 18. We're in absolutely no rush with him. Like he said, he's been dreaming about being a professional since he's been 4 years old. There's no rush, and we'll build him nice and slowly, but we'll kind of just increase the level of opponent as we go, just to get him new looks, get us a couple of southpaw opponents, just make sure that he sees everything for when he does get into that title contention. But he's a special kid and he's got a really, really bright future.
Yes, like I say, it was very, very good, a very impressive performance. It looked seasoned, and as they say, you've been working hard in the gym. So Oisin, I want to say congratulations. You're officially an undefeated professional boxer. 1-0. Any words for the sponsors or the people who came to support?
Everyone couldn't do it without all the support, the sponsorship, the fans, people coming, buying the tickets. Been possible with them, so thank you to everyone. Check out my social media as well to see all the sponsors. Got them all on the shorts. Strength Coach NI, CK Memorabilia, AMG Activewear, and Lottie day to day. See you on the back days.
Folks, that's your first winner of the night, Mr. Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop. Back to you.
Eric, you know, that's the new box. You have to sell yourself online, don't you? Have to get sponsors and keep that going. It's as important as anything these days.
You do. We were talking about it, like, you know, and in the early parts of your professional career, the boxing always come secondary because you have to. You're building.
Profile and tickets. That's the two things, isn't it?
Yeah, you are the business. You know, when you're in the professional game, it is a business, and you are the business. You are the product, and the product is not only someone that steps into the ropes and has a fight with somebody. You are somebody that a company wants to put their name onto. So you have to be likable, you have to be sellable, you have to be marketable, you have to do all of those things, and that takes up a hell of a lot of your time too.
And you know, we heard his manager Ian Cochran talk about just taking time. He's 18, 19 at that weight division, growing into his own body is even important.
Yeah, he's plenty of time to be. And it's good words. It's good listening to Ian Cochran there, the manager. Like, he's a good guy, and he's in safe hands. You know, there is no rush, but he's sparring with world class opposition in the McKenna brothers, and, like, you know, that's where his hard work is done. As far away from these lights, you know, it's in the shadows where the hard work happens.
We are ready for our second contest of the evening in the lightweight division. Please welcome to the ring from Harwich, Essex, boxing out of the red corner, Kissy Bradnum. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring from Dungannon, Charles the Dream MacDonald.
Erin, sit here on the steps if you want. Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 135.9 pounds, boxing out of the red corner tonight, all the way from Harwich in Essex. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give him a big Belfast welcome, Kissy Bradnum. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, weighing in at 137.3 pounds. We're the lovely white and red dream shorts tonight. Please give him a big round of applause. Charles the Dream MacDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, this lightweight division scheduled for 4 by 3-minute rounds. Mr. Hugo Jr. will like him from instructions.
Expect it. Stay smart.
Okay, lads, I spoke to you both in the change ring. You will expect, protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Marshall forward come door and threads and shot. Agus both threads do. Again, Aitrim Vaughan. Agus Charles Dream McDonough as Doom Gannon. The hero Untertire Casey Bradnum. McDonough Amy professional Emiliana. Agus should I carry both ticket? That's a fresh tour mark. Agus a rater RV and Segay threads. Wat hier van het. Dat plan te mag. Dat is groot Eckert. Weet je waarheen van achter. Kom het om het zeggen zijn met dat. Schijnt met een machines na Priesti Daruga Angus Bonda. Angus bij Casey Bradnum. Goed de Bonda gestoffen. Weet je voor zijn vaart. Peter Cusson to Bailey Tamardy. Given a ta on. Doctor to the key to go for cart. So that's more than down about the shot. He tried to route it. Goes in the diamond Dunlop. He should try to get Head or Dunnoy. And the special sauce session. Charles Madonna. Chinese touch kick on it. And gets that tried to carry Waracha. Cooney Sokrach. Should get a curling the quids. Take a easy shot. This fish to Treds fish to Canada, Donnelly, SR, Hank with Reeves and Nilligent. Eric talked about there, Ryan Burnett, you know, probably one of Ireland's best ever boxers.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the best boxers, former unified world bantamweight champion, holding the IBF and the WBA titles. What an incredible career that was unfortunately cut short. Back, yeah, it's ripped one of the muscles that holds the spine, and it was a career-ending injury, unfortunately for Ryan. So retired very young with had so much left in the tank and so much left to do. But what a legacy he has left behind, one of Ireland's greatest. And he's working closely with Charles, and he's developing well under him. I watched him box in his last fight back in August of this year in the Girdwood Centre in Belfast, when he had a points victory over Owen Dernan from Sheffield in England, and he was boxing very, very well, and he looks good.
Yeah, Charles McDonough. Ryan Burnett, former analyst in charge with Sport TG Car, if I remember. I think Graham Moylett, he was fighting in Castlebar. I think Ryan joined us on Trunashinach. Myler shot. Strange, we rarely see a delay like this, Eric. Especially two fighters in the ring, but these things happen in boxing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the delay is. Maybe it's some technical issue or something of the sorts, but not good for the boxers when you're in the corner, when you're ready, you're just waiting on that bell, and it can be disruptive, it can really be, and that's why it's important to be mentally strong and to prepare for every eventuality or every possibility, try and have all bases covered.
And that's professional sports, isn't it? You always have to be ready on certain things, and Charles are trying to keep warm and keep I suppose, fresh and keep loose, because you don't want to get tight, you don't want to kind of get distracted by people you might see in the crowd, especially with Charles McDonough. He's a big crowd brought in. You want to make sure your mind is on the game as much as anything at this moment.
Yeah, you can see what he's doing there. He's just using the ring now because to stay warm. He's in the zone, and it's very important that you don't come out of that and get distracted. I think we might be okay now. Referee is asking both boxers to go back to their corners, and here we go.
Yeah, Clug, Captain UV, and that's the one. Clug fought to not skin 10. Angus two curl both to do. Thread shot. Angus threads. The gate from Nochen. Charles McDonough. Stu Gannon. Sabristi. Darragh Bonna. agus tí bheile ho Casey Bradnum as Essex in Sasna dubh agus bán Main Eddie Tredchach Donna maybe Eric Roth Dar over which had trades and shot.
Yeah, he's got a really good southpaw style and stance, makes it very, very awkward to land clean shots on. Very clever, real counter puncher, and although he has had a very successful amateur career, he never boxed at the elite level. Still very young, but another one of these fighters that could have done well in amateur boxing at elite level, but just said he had different plans and different goals, and that was more in line with the professional game.
Tosh to come on to shot. Because Dunlop keen to get a bit of space to hold O'Hain. We are currently been so pushed. Bradnum kan more cut to get an edge because Don Hus get cross pass like here. Tosh to come on. Anti finish again. Try to find points. Dunlop carry boat and carry try to brutal. Gave Leon Mar down the league profession top. Off Clay Dassin chin. Dassin on a skill. Big done it. Numad agus kun second day agus ní tarog more fecky into gate volta. Don't be judging he's ducker on the multari. Gun Raiters a goal shot. Touri in it. He's ever to go on Tonste. Come on get about it.
I think his opponent is doing really good. It's good tactics from Casey Bradnum because he's not pulling the trigger. He's not falling into this false sense of security. He's keeping his shape, and as much as Charles, the Dream MacDonald is trying to, dummy and set feints and try and make him punch to counter, he's still holding his ground and he won't pull the trigger. So it's good. There's not a lot happening, but there's a lot happening.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, nice shot thrown by MacDonald there. Stach. Cleave rough. Now this can't cost Bradnum. Come on, paid it. He's been shot Dassin chin. Done you saw Ash. Because we're going to come on Tosh to the second cut it. Need to run a school. And then a hish of Crean and shot so Gade Volta. Those are the kind of rounds that are, obviously the referee is scoring this. It's hard to get a score on that, isn't it? Because we had 2 minutes of probably, feeling each other out, and then both landed a couple of shots, but nothing major.
Yeah, a bit of cat and mouse for the first 2 minutes, but like near the end, probably the best punch of the round came from Bradnum, and it was a left hook. He threw a double left hook. MacDonald rolled under the first one, but he got caught with the second one, and again, when there's nothing happening in rounds and there's just a couple of punches here and there, you're at danger of losing the round, because what does the judges remember? Near the end of the round, they remember the eye-catching shots. There wasn't many eye-catching shots in that round from Charles MacDonald, so he needs to change his tactics slightly, because this is only a 4-round fight.
It's over in a flash.
You can't really afford to lose a round because you have to win all the other 3. And if you want to win the fight, so he's got to change his tactics a little bit. He's waiting on Bradnum to punch, but Bradnum is not punching. He's been very patient, experienced professional. He's lost a lot of fights, but he's played a lot of rounds under his belt, and he knows what he's doing. So he needs to. It'd be interesting to see what Charles can do to break down this very. See what he can do to break him down and penetrate that defence.
Calculator. Skersha happen. Agus a háchas tasna céile feic jib. Dáchas Charles Gerald tíh mugan cosach. Random cynal tíh stin tamar fad. The treadmill southpaw. Jed Zakin he saw Charles a héis cuppa kind of chach near. Scored to Conor Binchin.
He's got to come up with a second attack, because when he comes in with the first attack, Bradnum is moving out of the way, and then there's no follow-up. There needs to be a follow-up from MacDonald.
Counting he saw Charles. Leash maybe Eric. Donovan Raw. Couple Conor He saw Thompson. Bradnum a squeal agus And vertical was a couple of bullet chin.
Yeah, good bit of work there, good head movement as well from MacDonald. You could see Bradnum was trying to hold on, and that's a good sign when you see a boxer trying to hold on. You know that they're feeling exposed or in a little bit of trouble. But he needs to put the foot on the gas now, MacDonald. He can't really, he hasn't got time, and he can't allow Bradnum. Bradnum will stay there all day. He's patient. He's liking this. He's happy with this. So MacDonald needs to set the pace. I have to say that's some really good work from Casey Bradnum. Like the body shots that he landed there was very, very good. So this is a really tough challenge for MacDonald. His toughest challenge of his short career so far. He's only in his 4th fight. He's 3-0 as a professional, but there's no doubt about that. He's up against it here now.
MacDonald can't feet in the shot to Shagira. Screwed he's testing with the Dunlop ogre shot. Done it. Couple of shots ass and chin again. The other key second. Falky. He's more on that job. Bradnum a hennig your con chinach. Done a car. Bradnum a bug a chligan. Good ass.
Very smart boxing from Casey. You see what he's doing? He's floating the backhand. Look, he's just floating it, like he's just throwing it out there in the air. So what he's trying to do is make MacDonald come on to shots as well. So very tactical affair. Oh, there you go. Good backhand down the middle.
Done a squealach near oil lesh. Because lift mach Zamos about a dough. Agus Cooney Bradman sostig ma. Karen can't see that need a guidey lesh.
When you're boxing somebody who has 35 losses and just 1 win, you're not expecting this. You're not expecting them to perform like this, but he's performing really well, and he's making MacDonald think very differently.
Couple second Falky, done it. Kieran Sposs, Shannon Kieran. Punyog Shanos, Kilsach. It's a good catch, took a bit of good. Trying to sauce to make a good tee shot. Bradnum and Tiathan shot a Nyar Tahi. I was just saying earlier on, Eric, you know, when we were talking to yourself and Tom, we were talking to Mark about giving these young fighters experience. This is experience. You have to try and figure out a way now to win this fight.
There's no gimmies in boxing, and even though you'll have journeymen and road warriors and all that, and yes, they know their job and they're coming to, they almost lose. 99% of the time they're coming to lose. And they know that they're stepping stones for fighters. It's not that they want to lose, it's just that they know the role and they know that that's their career, that's the line of career that they choose. But every now and then you will get somebody that's just going to be refusing to lose on the night, and it'll make it very, excuse me, very, very hard. Ryan Burnett has a job on his hands there now to inspire his guy to actually lift it to another level, because he's better than Casey, but he needs to show it. This is going to be over in 2 more rounds. We're halfway there, and Casey Bradnum is well in this fight.
Yeah, all about to cut it. See you both to Merchant. Because Jonas Nabishti, Zaragug is born, Bradnum Nabishti, Dovug is born. Hannah Hens at Mountain Scene shot. McDonough. We're going to cuss away in Yismuach. Bradnum sauce to cussing to his comfort of his shot. Because culturally can't let Bradnum to Nackling. Trying to get in spots for who? Gosh, out to the whole Ruthal, you know, not Kerry Keen. I shouldn't see you can't. He's the current off Clayton, I blue. Bradnum, the crack up the can. Crosses by McDonough, Thompson, Bookshot, a flagging Gamar. Up the can, the Jay McDonough, can't ask it, Jay McDonough. Wat tak of the fan flesh. Our camera smellach. Kekalor. Geter Guakwitz. McDonough is a bit to Mr. Gunloch tak of Lochvech and Chochma.
That's every time now. Every time that's been open.
Yeah, you can, you know, he is trying to. He's trying. I have to give him that, but good uppercut.
Nice shot, yeah. Best round so far.
He needs to just keep the pressure on. Like, the fitness is there. He would have been training very hard in the gym. He's got to just keep the work on. You can see Casey's coach is just. He's very close to us, and we can actually hear his command. We can hear his instruction, and he's literally talking his fighter through the whole bout, step by step, telling them what to do, educating them as well as he's doing it, and it's pretty good advice. But like, Charles MacDonald really just needs to finish strong.
Out to Sorbet to Isha, Charles McDonough. Become Das Kostic. No matter it's a second. I'm Bernard culturally well as Kasha, couple of Canada. Gone of a fanacht. Is Kashmina. Dunlop at a glory, it's a goal shot. No shot. Random Tetarash is can't cut it. East. Another shot. Bradnum O'Connor's Rater or Cleggan.
It's been a good round from Charles MacDonald. Like, he has hit the target, head and body. A lot of times in this round. And it's his best round so far, there's no doubt about that. But Casey's still in this fight.
Das Jennings McDonough. Has to be. Das auch die Gewinchen. For his second fucking out to Keith to Sarvik fair. Dungannon, Charles the Dream McDonough. English Kirch ma beginnish. Good second date there. Kirkon the ha. Bradnum. Cousins come out. Definitely McDonough's best round so far.
Yeah, no, his best round without a doubt. Yeah, but again, he needs to keep it up. He needs to finish strong, and he needs to have a commanding, a really dominant last round because he's still in the early part of his career. This is his first real test, I suppose, and excuse me, he's going to remember this fight. This is going to be a great learning fight for him. But he needs to finish strong and put any doubt around the decision and give the judges don't give the judges a headache when it comes to the final bell.
On the other side in the red corner, Casey Bradnum will be thinking, I won probably the first round, so if I win this round, I have a great chance of winning the fight.
Absolutely, and his coach will be telling him that he's well within this fight, you know. And like when you lose so many fights, you start to get hungrier, a lot more hungrier for a win. And a win is good for journeymen too on their career because it keeps them relevant and it actually keeps them a good test for promoters to use.
Both the on the pushing. It's Charles McDonough, a Kurtu, a Charubua. Love Clay Das, Jennings McDonough. Random to the Ashers. Taking a chance again. Treadshaw Rutal. It is to kind of Rater for the Cleggan. Rachnin Rater. In see again Jennings McDonough. The card east. Gosh, I've used Cooney more vicious too. Can't count Das and Jennings get the Bradnum. McDonough card east. Gay Father again Gurdu side. Can't he's orange
nice
McDonough.
work. Lovely.
Johnny Dunnigaman to Kriechnu. Out to Dere. Bradnum a Kurtu. Beginning good trades. Tangamoy Bradnum Rollers. Holchen Keen. Kind of big mode.
Yeah.
Can't ask and Jennings McDonough. Dida Gestacher here no Clay. Gerash to Bradnum. Bradnum zo groenje. Ta Ron met Focky.
Look, he's throwing a lot of shots, but there's a very good tight defence here from Casey, you know. And as much as there has been many punches going through, the majority of them are being blocked with this tight defence from Casey. So he needs to be a little more very good. He needs to be a little more cuter in how he throws his punches and when he throws them.
Oh, cuts it. Not as well. That was a big combination. I guess you can rate your counter vertical one shot. Jennings Bradnum, Numad Focky. Out to Jernach. He's orange and McDonough east. He's in count as far to Katigan. Whether she have Lamed Desha. Bradnum. Cousins come out. Charles Heineken Poker. Bradnum Keintse, Tarrant and Jennings. Queen Green. Shit squealish now. Three second Focky. Brad McCann will to Jennings. Cousins ball to the McDonough. Shot to Jennings McDonough. Third free. Rater. Angus Balrachry. Oscailte. Second dig Focky. Second dig. Van de bal Girona. Maar Burnett in is consent job. Casey Bradnum. Can the jump through second dig. Tango will give vertical. Skillish should leshinish. Can't ask it. Chinnig MacDonald. Connell is asking it. And Yori. Keita Bradnum. Kurtu couple of bullet. Second Focky. Tango will give vertical. You don't want to classic. MacDonald. Bradnum. Cousins. And gets a vertical.
Good last round. It was a good last round from Charles MacDonald, and he did need to finish strong like that. He did. You could see Casey Bradnum was looking across at his corner, and there was a momentary stop there for the shoelace. And he was asking his coach what's left.
Thank you so much.
In the round, you could tell that he was very tired. He was very, very unfit, and you just wonder if he actually put a bit more time and effort into his fitness and his training and his conditioning, how much of a force he could be.
Yeah, Simon is Kay a Rules and Concha. Keith is a gate in your tad on. Agus will live with Mark for Kenny MacDonald. Agus Casey Bradnum Rolwala, agus Asna is Boer. No one is Shan shot.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we announce the winner tonight, let's show our appreciation one more time to fantastic young boxers here tonight. And your referee from Belfast, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 40-36 in favour of Charles the Dream MacDonald.
Grúta mar sin ag Charles the Dream MacDonald carcha tíocha sé chulle bóta Grútaige is sásta gomála sin. We were saying Eric probably was nothing in the first round. He got all four, but he probably learned more than that.
Learned loads in that fight. The right winner won, but I think Casey can find himself very unlucky not to get a share or maybe one round. You know what I mean? A share of a round or even one round there would have been, I think, just. But the right winner won, and he learned a lot in that fight tonight because he did have there was many questions asked of him. Still early days, but you know this is where you earn your coin and your craft. And Ryan Burnett will have, as a coach, he'll have learned loads there too to bring back to the gym, and that's where the hard work is done.
And I suppose that it's as Mark Dunlop, you know, the promoter was talking about, it's trying to get these guys good fights. We can all get fights, you know, that aren't going to really benefit them. But, you know, like Charles, that's his fourth fight in a year. You know, I'm sure, as you said, Ryan Burnett will have a lot to chew on for the next couple of weeks until his next fight. And it's so important for these guys to learn. There's absolutely no point fighting, you know, fights that you're just going to walk through. He learned a lot there, and he'd probably be aspects he'd be trying to improve on as well. Loads
to improve, and I agree. Like, he's only a young guy. He made his debut in October of last year, so he's had four fights in that last 12 months. A great first year for him, and he needs to move onwards and upwards. And he will learn loads from tonight. Absolutely.
Marshall Dora threads Grúta ag Charles the Dream MacDonald. And following Connoisseur on chin. Carachat Sichel Shea. Casey Bradnum. Agus Scar Wanyanish. Much can't let Charles gets on the way on train Ollie Ryan Burnett Chama. And the Donley Isar Honig Kamach as not shot of Yiv. Agus Charles Sosta Gamamashin Ushin the Diamond go to the Cakeon. Charles the Dream MacDonald and Dorn the Con. Oh, Threadin to Hanshot. And Reaper Durnal of Bill. See Keen Fosa Tiert. Agus in Cakeon Ella. Agus in Chimbe Jennings. Donley in Comore. Kugu Threads. Unishkal Kyle Smith in the third side. So Thread Shin. Paul Cummings. Play the Grúta Igna Donnelly Bala. And a special sauce to Martin Tahi. On it all in the shot. This Nert action Fecky and Chair Dunlop Bill. Charles MacDonald as Tunganon. Gunde Hiron. Hedekeen as Hedekeen in the school to get. This Fecky points in the Tommy Kanish Kajukusha Inish. And then the Hunsu made Dorid. We chance a bit of Dolphin Keen against Threads. Going to Baltimore Haitian. Captain with Ben Afraid, Big Tommy as good shot.
And we're here with your winner, Charles MacDonald. How do you rate that performance tonight?
Yeah, it's a good performance. I was pleased with that. It was a tough, awkward opponent. I expected that, and I handled him well there, playing so with it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a kidsy start the first round or two, but then you warmed into it and you've done some really impressive moves. You know, you can see you've been working on stuff with Ryan in the gym. Did you feel that way? Did you feel that you've been working on it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm not a 4-round fighter, to be honest with you. It took me 2 rounds to get into it. As the fights go up and more rounds go up, you'll start seeing better. Everything with me and Brian's working on in the gym is paying off, so just going to see better performance as fights go on.
Yes, definitely. I agree. More rounds would suit you because you were getting better as each round went on. What's your plans then? Are you going to take Christmas off or?
No, I'm off now next week, and then I'm back out the 15th of January for a 6-rounder.
And Coach Ryan, how do you assess his performance tonight?
Thought he done well. He done what I want him to do. But in there, he boxed. He got the rounds in, and now it's just about that. Like I said, you'll see a better charge when he's up in the round. So I think when you see him in there with a 6 and 8 rounder, he settles into things after a round or two. So yeah, the more rounds will suit him better.
And 2026, what are we expecting to see from this young man?
It's a big push. We want to sort of push him on by the end of next year. We want to see him fighting for a title. That'll be the plan. Keep getting the experience, getting the rounds in, and towards the back end of next year, have a title around his waist.
Yeah, definitely good stuff. More than capable. Congratulations tonight. Well done.
Thank you.
And back to you.
Shag Mother Tommy, agus well, Tichon Keenish can head tried Ella, agus Cathal Jennings at Turt's Eye Matthew King, Jennings as Urchin Traw, agus King as Southampton, both at CNCU trade engine, agus with the Montagna Vest, the thriller at the Milan shot, the Dushkert Chahar Vale finished it, agus with action Magadi shot, with the Sula trades man shot, agus Cathal as Urchin Traw, Moderma, Kenny MacDonald and Chin on MC Fofi Raid going head trade Ella. Shea about to see Keane of a shot. Mark Vaughan, agus where took up to stop bed nach Ed Mulle, Kate Carroll card punt, Kate Carroll Shea punt, agus Kate Carroll Kuig, Punk Kuig. Agus on CU trades also Goran shot. Warren Burnett talking there, Eric, about pushing off for next year, getting the belt. There is nothing like having a belt in professional boxes, is there?
Yeah, look, and I thought Ryan was very. He had to be as well. Like he had to be very, I suppose, reasonable in his assessment of the fight. But when he's back in the gym, he will be talking to Charles about getting off to a better start. You can't really it's dangerous and risky taking 4-round fights when you've got a prospect who takes a round. Yeah. So as Ryan said, he's back in January, he's going into a 6-rounder, and he won't go back to 4 then. It'll be 6 and then he'll move onwards and probably have a couple of 6. But if his best boxing is over, is after 2 rounds, then he needs to be moving that way. He needs to be moving that way, because you can just get somebody that will, and you can just come on stuck or undone, and then last thing you want is something.
We are ready for our fifth fight of the afternoon.
An asterisk on your
Would you please welcome
record in the early part
from
of your
Hampshire,
career.
Southampton.
But look, again,
boxing out of the red
these
corner
fights
tonight,
are invaluable
Matthew
because they'll
King.
learn so much in them, and they'll take it back and they will shape them and make him into a better fighter, all-around fighter.
Welcome to Ryan Shungus about to see agus Matthew King agus Eshin Siatashta Savonia Southampton.
And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from Murin, please welcome Cahill, the Barcroft former Jennings. Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 145.5 pounds, boxing out of the red corner tonight, wearing red, black and white trimmed shorts, all the way from Southampton, Hampshire, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a big, big welcome, will you? Come on, one more time for Matthew King. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 146 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, with a very impressive white, black and gold trimmed shorts. Please give him a big, big, big welcome again, Carl, the Barcroft, Homer, Jennings. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this contest in the welterweight division, scheduled for 6 by 3 minute rounds. Your referee, Mr. Hugh Russell, Jr., will now give us final instructions.
Okay, boys, I spoke the changing. You know what to expect. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Threads of the team mar sin agus Cathal Jennings a tuairteoir Matthew King an seo. Agus Hugh Russell Jr. Ray Turgan see about it. Sin féidir Harris Gnói ach sé bhót an seo. Mar sin neartámag in vertical Jennings agus is the blistí bána agus Dova King Dova agus Darragh agus Jennings a threads Chomel féisteach as uair chintrá. Harwad a seo ar mór go bloc liad an oi. Chop ag ní sinne Jennings tíoch blion díiseach a tóigeach a tahi amateur chamaige. King couple bua fáte ceir go leorach. Ní cinn déag na fiche treid agus ceann amán gur siach se lua. Jennings cínta gur brúchar choréir agus an luas chuineal.
He's all about business, Cathal Jennings. You know, he brought a big crowd here, sold a lot of tickets. Was a real talent during his amateur careers. Won a hell of a lot, boxed at a very high level. But he went off. You know, he took a back seat for a while, gave up boxing for a while, and then due to a number of training sessions with Dan Anderson and a couple of pad work sessions, Dan just felt that he had more left in the tank, and he decided to go and take off, join the pro ranks, take off the vest and the headguard and give it a crack, and made his debut back in April of this year. Had 2 fights this year so far, and this is his 3rd one. He's 2-0 and he's looking quite good.
Yeah, 2 smart Kulish Gonchag agus Cabrew, beginning Brew, and Matthew King and shot. King Gear Elu in the rope here. Brew Shear. Right to run vertical Clegnet and Ellen Chelach. Jennings Sustic man a 2 shot.
Oh, very good. He's got a very good presence in the ring, and you know he has a lot of ability, and he's well set to the professional ranks. Like he did say that even during his amateur career, he used to be thinking of the professional game. Oh, good. Almost simultaneously hooks. He walked onto a bit of an uppercut there now as well. But he's been in the ring with a lot of good punches. Yeah, good. And there are some very good punches there from Matthew King.
Couple of punches to King that take a second. Kigra Cathal Bruch Keen to Dyla King.
Decent record as well, 8 wins, 11 losses, but he is somebody that
Jennings and Ishikar Brew. A couple Kitogach New Bit Anna Green. Vertical Falcon Glan Jennings Brew.
When he stands up and uses his long levers and his reach to his benefit, you can see that he's having a lot of success because he's 6 foot 1 inches tall. King.
Agus a chéad bóta Kirtning. Jennings keen to set them up. Lodge King. Folk up the count. Jennings came out. He definitely put the pressure on, but King landed a few nice shots.
Oh, he did. He did a great start. He did a great finish to the round. Cathal Jennings took off very, very well, and he took a commanding lead from the start. Dominated the round, pushing King back. Wasn't landing a lot of great clinical shots. on the scoring areas of the body, but he was winning the fight. He was pushing him back, landing on the gloves and the arms. But near the end of the round, King started hitting the target, finding the pace. So good finish for him from the round. But again, Jennings at 30 years of age, he hasn't got a lot of time to wait around. During his amateur career, he's been in the ring with a lot of really good prospects, like current pros like Conor Wallace, Fergal Quinn, and he even sparred Tim Zhu, son of the great pound-for-pound king Costa Zhu. So he's been in the ring with top-level opposition, but the break from boxing for a long time could be a big factor.
Take him in, both to do. Agus too small Jennings and shot as working throw. King into the go back. Oh, Con all in your chin. Jennings, Fadish, Tolgal it. Taking check with the das and chin.
That was brilliant. A left hook right hand over the top. What a start to the second round from Cottle Jennings.
Con a lididach at your matron quarter to Gonchin. Hossa Jennings come on. It's about to hand. Gonchin go hauling again. Gagamore Faldag. King at Southampton. But Tronny Sarda Hamach. Jennings a cut cup of Condas and Jin Yershit. Hugairshin Huglanchin. Dushin Jan Loch Fechen and shot. Jennings are going to give it a Rufen King cup of Condas. Conalistach. At a Gorp. And a Mulliga King a cut Condas at Ash.
Yeah, took a couple of shots there now, Cottle Jennings. This is a very good fight for him. A really good opponent. One that's come to win.
Vertic was squealing Chinach Catrock up Bullensbrook. King your country will have a clay. They should get Toga. Shabalach Sockreen. Mavi return of Raleigh. Trade match on Ishta Jennings is squealing. King a Hain. Ger Brug is Girvet. Cousins man Chin. King is squealing Connach. Which I thought on air and Thompson. Jennings is session Chin should Dasog. Connach should get Tog. Jennings and Sugar Brewer King. Couple of cuts at Asha King. Trying to go Tarrant as a Hayden Chin.
It's just one thing on his mind, Jennings, and that's just come forward and just destroy. And he has a broad big crowd with him as well, and they're egging him on. No matter, just when he steps forward, you can hear the roar and you can hear the noise levels. Great work.
Condas, yeah. Condas Jennings on both to Sar. Conal Dasik Carl Jennings. Talnuma Degig to King Free again. Trying off in composure. Feckin' chance to Conal Gadas. Hasha Kilmore. Let's get to it. Jennings is pull out a Gorp.
Yeah, it's starting to become. It's starting.
Condas Jennings.
Brilliant work. It's just relentless pressure, isn't it? And it's starting to become a bit of an issue for Matthew King, the Cobra King. He's just feeling the pressure. He's not used to having, I suppose, an opponent just coming non-stop, relentless consistency in front of you. So,
and Vertic was squealing Chinnagus thought full out thrown Carl Jennings.
Yeah.
Keen to be Matthew King free Vroon Thompson. King still landed a few, but no. Jennings, he's just relentless coming forward.
And you can see the difference between King's punches and Jennings' punches. Like, you know, when King lands his shots, they're not having the same effect as Jennings' shots on King. And there's only 2 rounds down, and this is a 6-round fight. You get the impression that it's going to be a long night for King if it keeps going in the same fashion.
Yeah, Carl Jennings, I guess, he's door both to Manchin. Takes a lot of energy though to be that. I suppose when you're coming forward all the time, you do take some hits, but that's the way he fights. Maybe that's why he's selling tickets, because he's a very enjoyable fighter to watch.
He's very exciting, absolutely, and I'm enjoying watching him as well. He's just, as I said, he's all business. He just goes for it, and I think that, you know, that's what we like to see. There's a real fighting character to him.
I'm making your professional debut in your 30s. Nothing wrong with that, Eric.
No, but like again, he's fighting like somebody that is 30 years old.
But you, when you did that, you know that time is not on your side at one stage. You know, you do have to kind of climb the ranks quick enough, don't you?
And I think that's why he's boxing somebody that's a very good level opponent as well. This is a very this opponent has a very good record, and this opponent came to win.
Jennings, Shane O'Shaughnessy and Lua. Tamach on Skippy. Right to roll up. Shasta Shear. James Rishaka. Clay Gera. Kostin Bishop King Ahina Kashi Karash Kupikon. Irish Conchin. Oh, will the law did. King of Brugaveg on the chug is a vertical. Ray Tucker Stuplish and Chin. Oh, Sikina Shaking. And shot. CU Trades. Hart MHD Promotions. Thriller at the mill and shot Dushker Khahar. Phil Ferishte. Matthew King, vertical Mishigerva. A brew. Begging you me Klachter Samota shot.
He's a good
Corpus at the chin.
He likes that left hook to the body. If he can just mix it, bring it up, bring up something after it. Maybe touch up to the head and then down to the body as well. Just, you don't want to, King is almost anticipating it because he relies, Jennings is relying on it a lot, but he needs to mix it up.
Vertical Mishaka.
Or maybe even when he hits that left hook to the body, then split the guard with a left hook straight up to the head. Tip the body and then drive it through to the head.
Contact King Jennings Ainger and Kit Tukshin.
Oh,
vertical and chin. A screen and contact Jennings and Dasog. After Matthew King Ahina Kakon, Ishil Das and Chin. Like Jennings. King force a cousins. New med force. A mounted seat. Rater. Shastach. Second Sheplishte. Jennings Ashtach Konzas Glan. As you get Togan Chin. King of Kardash at New Ramshire Shansbrook. Konzas a King and Chin. Paid again. Nish Jennings Das Das Dieter. Con and a Gorp Dieter Stit. It's not that King Shifte and the Beast yet. King is stopping Jennings. Signature John Brucher Condas. Dieter, she's Socklan.
Great conditioning from Jennings. He's really got good, very good conditioning, good fitness, keeps coming forward, punching. And King doesn't like this pace at all. He's got tight gloves, tight hands, and you can see that he's slowed down. He's come down off his toes. He's walking around now, King. So again, he's just feeling the pace of this fight. But Jennings needs to be a little bit more methodical in what he's doing. Just a little bit. If he can just, again, another good round for him. But sometimes he just goes gung-ho and throws. If he can just have it just a split second, just get close, bring the feet. He's in good positions, but what he does is he looks down at the ground and throws some of the punches in, not exactly looking where they're going. If he can just refine that and just try and fine-tune it, and if he lands on the sweet spot, there's a very good chance that he could put a stop or put a halt to King here tonight, and that would be an absolutely incredible performance for him in this venue in front of all of his home fans.
Yeah, keen to slow more body stach. Like Carl Jennings, he's a turn tunnel to go now. Just ask him out. Yeah, Balda. Seeking a shaking. Angus, Falfy Rake and Carabao. It's clear even us looking in here to Matthew King's corner. You know, as you say, he's getting tired. He's getting a bit messy. He was getting a bit, he was trying to drag Cahill in, as you have to do. But
yeah, he has a very good coach in his corner, though. Michael Ballinghall. He is father of two very successful boxers, Lucas Ballinghall and Mikey McIntosh, former world title contender and challenger, and so he's been around boxing very, very long time, and he's got good experience. So you can actually see that he's even coming out in this round with a little bit more intention.
Keen one is move. The Cahill Cup on chin Matthew King. Agus Tashish. James a hurt to Urnu Rob, Egnin Fulled. Vertical. Jennings reached. Lang is gekeken en nog niet de guy die is beetje kan more korter gaat. Jennings.
You see, this is you see what I'm saying, Carty. There's a lot of shots going in from Jennings here, and he's just letting them rip, and a lot of them are kind of slapping or hitting the back, and it's wasting a lot of energy, exerting a lot of energy, but not getting a lot of reward for them. So if you just took a second, maybe touch the side of King's defence, just touch it and teed up these shots, and then split the uppercut or split the guard with an uppercut or come in behind him. But every punch seems to be full power, full whack, and he's only landing with a small percentage of them, but wasting a lot of energy.
It's a mouth to Cahill and Shay Keane. Can you run a full son? And he's orange chin. Hey, Jennings, done shot. King of Hina caught. Carl Jennings a plug in the walk up by Nismu. First took him a conscience. King Falcon and love Clay Das.
He actually has a good jab, Jennings, but he doesn't use it enough, and it's the jab normally that sets up a lot of punches and sets up a lot of openings to land some good shots.
Oh, the foot of Matthew King to the go with Jennings. He saw the Das and chin. Jennings Irishker Koch. King returned it.
But I'm really glad he's come back and decided to come back from his sabbatical with boxing, because he is an exciting fighter, and he is somebody that I think can be involved in so many more big fights and potentially go on and maybe look at some domestic titles even. So
yeah, you're probably looking at BOI Celtic titles after this, maybe 6 rounders. Carl Gadassa, Carl Gadassa, Carl Jennings a chin. King of Hina caught Asha. King sausage gunshot Jennings a bullet Carl Das. Angus Kerabota Kata. As you said, Eric, it takes a lot out of you, though. You're consistently drawn. We saw a glimpse or two of single shots and then moving back as well in that round, which we probably haven't seen in any other round from Carl Jennings.
Yeah, and like, you know, sometimes as much he's winning the fight. He's winning the fight. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But I just feel for the reward that he's getting, he's having to work very, very hard for it. If he was able to kind of just, I suppose, preserve a little bit more energy, be a little bit more efficient with his work, and he would then have a little more, I suppose, energy down the stretch, because he's starting to feel the pace now as well. Yes, he's in a commanding lead, but he's actually struggling in the corner, struggling. You can see the fitness. I know he's been out boxing for a very long time, but again, this is learning. It's all learning for him as well as it is for his opponent.
Yeah, Carl Jennings motion. Far out to Chazorki and throw. Into the Gamanga shot, Matthew King. Putting your 5 in the hole, he's a vertical Kagalor. They're about to turn on just Shay Keane. Couple of 2 small Jennings that Galiogan the boaty. Country that's it each to deal for all. King of Gear Kashir up to Jennings Gear Vushir. Count Das Chinach, you know, Mitch Kotlish. Jennings at each to King.
You can see that there. King is actually getting a kind of a second win now as well. Like, you know, he looked like he was very tired in the 3rd, 4th, but like he's getting a bit of a second win. And Jennings is looking a bit tired now.
Yeah, King is moving better now, isn't he? And he's throwing more. Jennings a vertical lower.
I suppose every punch like Jennings is throwing is full of power. Everyone doesn't have to be power shots. You can tee them up and set them up. Jab, I'd like to see him more working more jab. He's very good jab, and then when he switches it into a left hook to the head or left hook to the body, it's a very effective weapon.
Yeah, Ballymurson sees both Kuig. To King. Give her Cousins a chin.
Do you know what? This is a really good fight. It's a really good fight.
Ja, Warfrad, Connoisseur, Gadisha Sneaker. Kunig mee Pede le Fosse Ziertein. Jennings Lord. Katege, Kubi Kamputz and Chinege. King and Ishfi Ruige. Kuvega nach Rish King. Cousins come on, Custom, Boga Fosse. Contest King. Jennings, a caha. Number one, about to Kuik. Tamer fad, Carl Jennings a brúch and Keenach ta. Matthew King sauce to Cousins, you know. Cousins back, come on, cut it, love Dasso and Chinach. King and Ursha Kach. Carl Jackson above, Carl Jennings above Gazassin Jen. King at East.
King's corner is telling him he's winning the round easy as well. So trying to inspire his opponent, trying to keep him in the fight. And that's it's good corner work. It's really good coaching work because he did look dead and buried there a while ago, but now he's after been resurrected.
Yeah, the third round, his feet were completely started. Where this round he's moving a bit more, and he's landed a few shots.
Yeah.
King of the East in Thompson. Jennings get off and Cooling bull ticket. Couple of second Della Focky smoke the shot.
Oh.
Jennings a Dasso got King of Hain across here. Angus Kugu Bouta. Angus a vertical ball. Stachel on the Cooney. Bouta one Focky there. Carl Jennings. Angus paid it. Grutig a good shot. Shan see Bouta against Matthew King. Ochkeen as Angus as Nigeen Dig. Fad. Bouta shape, Bouta Dernach. Tiat Anion shot. Bill Dunlop, Bill Sport GG channel on YouTube. Go for Tiat MHD Productions. Angus Eric, this is when the corner man you're listening to Matthew King's corner there because this is the last round.
Yeah, look, they're saying all the right things because they know that he has more in him. Like they know that he has a bit left in him, and yes, he's out. He looks like he's out on his feet, but they're trying to really inspire him now to dig down to the soles of his boots because they believe that their opponent Jennings is tiring, and he is tiring, and that was King's best round, the 5th round. This is the final round.
Yeah, 13 took a t-shot into Jennings against King.
Jennings is in the lead, there's absolutely no doubt about that, but needs to not give Matthew King any hope or ambition like he got in that last round.
I think Jennings a Makalaudin. Féidir an Ceantar Rutal, agus beidir an Tréidir Rutal. Became Tascott taking vertical, agus in a squeal a Laura Wanya. King and Cock Kitogan Jennings a bugger. Look like Dasach. Jennings a haint to dash. Jennings the Sorenchin, and Conchin Glon. King of Bullach. Cousins Gadasa called Jennings a King. A squeal Yonchin a Jennings near Hango shot a Shigonchin. Agus Cooney. Matthew King was saying they're miles more, not that fair. But King a hain, Gernish Ger. Kaja Kupi Con of Rutal. Con he shall check Matthew King.
One thing is for certain is both of these fighters are going to be sore tomorrow.
A lot of shots fired in these 6 rounds.
Yeah, there's a lot of effort going in from both fighters, and it's been a great fight. It's been a tactical affair. It's had strength, endurance, skill, and it's had everything. And hats off to these two fighters on a great fight.
9 second Focky. Jennings here, couple of Conella will it. Conella stach in the hastig. Shen Conella sort bully sort again. There's couple of Conella like Klichnu. King of Kostig is a car. Oh, that's a car. Jennings is well shot. One shot Cousins bail. Shigoncha.
That was a very good combination. 1-2 left hook and knocked the gum shield out King's mouth. Probably wasn't helpful towards Jennings. Sometimes the referee would allow the action to continue.
King is second Falk action. Con Jasik Jennings and Chin. Chashanska King and Cousins bail Chinol. Con Jasik call Jennings Notion. Call King free for Unish again. See how cool second Falky.
Some really solid shots been landed there from Jennings, and that's exactly what Dan Anderson, his coach in the corner, would be wanting at this stage of the fight.
Second he's Dernoch and Joy, they're king against Jennings. Jennings is Teachon Keen and Tomer Fad. Vertical, a Torshunish. Takach Datun Chagira, Ogach Turskan. Tradius Urchin Tro. Couple of bullies Dernoch, Nunyev Dernoch the Focky. Condas put a king of Hain and Chin. Jennings a brew and vertical with Turshu. Agus Shinny. And see who trade the hard trades are fad. Tread the Higa shot. It's our Carl Jennings against Matthew King. Fight of the night so far, Eric.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Good fight. Great fight. Well done, two fighters. I think, again, Jennings, I know he's been out of the ring for a very, very long time. And the fact that he came back as a professional at such a, you know, an older age means that he hasn't got time on the side. So he has to take these big tests and big fights. So good performance from him. Good win from him. I know the official score has to be read out, yeah, but I think he's safe.
Yeah, you've won score on on rate. Turgis O'Kenny. Dowell gone second. Agus Carl Jennings against Matthew King on Treasure Fad, but Jennings against the vertical Turship by Eric Donovan Roll in Sushke. And Ray Tur.
Again, great respect between two fighters. 6 rounds of good action there now from both of them, and it's great to see.
Keinte vertical Van Sosta agus Treidma. With it, Salacht on Tadmarschen. Japan Gould Mudray, Big Nuch, La Rollerstaff, Egan M. Seenish, Kenny McDowell, Gaveckwoods, Kehru, Trids, Ividitsi.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before we announce the winner tonight, can we show our appreciation one more time? Two fantastic young boxers here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee from Belfast, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 59-57 in favour of the blue corner, Cahill, the Falkirk former Jennings!
On Trez Gutsit, Cahill, Jennings, Cregan Lee,
And let's hear
Cregan
from
Shots.
Matthew King. Thank you, Matthew.
On Ober Fall to the Gaverta Cup. Fair result, Eric, 59-57. Matthew King did fight well, did win a round or two, but Cahill Jennings overall was really pushed the base, and you know he's finished strong as well.
Yeah, I think it was a fair scoreline. You know, it's, by 2 rounds to Cahill Jennings. I think that's fair. Yeah, look onwards and upwards. And he, I mentioned before about being his age and taking these tests. He needs them, and he has also got a lot of amateur pedigree. So he's not somebody that's starting out young, inexperienced. He has a lot of experience. He's been in the ring with a lot of good opposition, and when he steps in at this level, it's only going to sharpen him up. It's only going to develop him even further. And
just at this stage of events tonight,
yeah, well
ladies and
done to
gentlemen,
his team, and
if
well
you
done
could
to
give
him.
us the very, very best of order.
The
very best of order, please. Thank you so much. You've been an absolutely wonderful audience tonight. The British Boxing Board of Control and our area representative, Mr. John Gray, is going to come into the ring to make an inaugural presentation on behalf of the British Boxing Board of Control. Also, please welcome into the ring along with him Mr. and Mrs. Cooney. Where are you, Mr. and Mrs. Cooney? Where are you? Where are you sitting?
In February of this year, John Cooney, my fellow MHD stablemate, tragically lost his life after defending his title in Ulster Hall. So this award that is being presented today is in honour of the late John Cooney, and would like to give him a round of applause, please, in memory of John Cooney. A great champion all the way from Galway. Could we have John's parents please to the ring? John Cooney's parents, please to the ring. If they're in here. Sorry, it's John's brother who's here. John's brother, Aaron. Could we have you to the ring, please? John, Aaron. Aaron, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. The Cooney family, they've travelled all the way from Galway for the show tonight to present this award for the Young Boxer of the Year in Northern Ireland.
I think the whole boxing community in Ireland was deeply affected by John's death, and we in the British Boxing Board here in Northern Ireland wanted to commemorate John's contribution to the sport of boxing. So we decided that we would have an award called the John Cooney Memorial Trophy, and that is to be awarded to the best young boxer we have on our books. At the moment, we decided that the best boxer under 25 and under in Northern Ireland is the current EBO featherweight silver champion, Colm Murphy. Who I know is somewhere in the building.
Well done, Colm. Colm also part of the MHD stable, and congratulations. A big round of applause again. I'd like to thank the Cooney family for making the presentation, and through this award, John's memory will live on. Thanks very much.
An as fád sin a goibhne John Cooney as chun na gáil bheith chun na Dunlop óga ítach fear bhíoch mar bar grúige chama, and just saying Eric there, you know, in Galway, who's obviously known as a great boxer, a great barber, everyone that went into him, he'd always talk boxing. That was his dreams, and you know it was he's shown so much potential. But it's lovely that his family can come up now and present this nice award, and to give it to the likes of Colm Murphy, who's a talented, brilliant boxer, and a guy that knew him as well, is lovely.
You know, it's just, it still gets me, and I think of John. He's sadly missed, you know, by us all in the boxing world, and nobody more than his own family, and it's great that they were able to come down here and present the trophy that is going to live on in John's memory. And congratulations to Colm Murphy on being a worthy winner as well of that. He's doing really, really well. But what a champion boxer John Cooney was, and somebody that I sparred many rounds with, and somebody that gave me incredible
I'd like to introduce to the ring
and
the Lady Mayor of Antrim Newton Abbey, Miss Leah Kirkpatrick, please, to the ring.
John Cooney.
And Leah's going to say a few words.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. You're very welcome to our theatre at the Mill. I hope you have been enjoying the wonderful atmosphere, and I'd like to say thanks to Mark Dunlop for bringing this event to Newton Abbey. Congratulations to Colm Murphy on winning the Northern Ireland Boxer of the Year award. As was mentioned, a very special award, as it is the inaugural John Cooney Memorial Award. It is great to see John's family here today, and I hope that you're filled with comfort and pride knowing that his legacy continues to live on through the sport in which he loved. It's great to see so many young boxers coming through, and I hope that events like this inspire other young ones to join their local boxing club, where a great community will be waiting for them. I'll keep it brief because I know that you're here for the action. So lastly, I'd just like to say a massive good luck to our own local lad, Kyle Smith, and his opponent, Paul Cummings, for our main event tonight. I'll be cheering you on from the ringside. Thank you.
All right, Lady Mayor, thank you. We'll get back to the action very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy McCartney, come on! Big round of applause. Just at this stage of the game, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're going to draw the raffle. So if you get your raffle tickets out, you never know, you may be a winner tonight. Thank you so much.
Threads a bhés fós a tíochtain, dá threads mór, agus in Carú Con a tíochtain gan cúpla númant. Agus haige McMahon as Belfast tutá ón Durnan as Sheffield is asna snein chéad threads eile bhés ar bon. And the thriller at the mill, Dunlop bio and Carrow thread, when we chat Yachama, Mission Convi, Annie's Tush Kid, your Carl Jennings, August Matthew King, Bishop at Elsa Father. In the ocean, both to Moore and Lay on main event, Modern Shit, August Paul, the Test Cummings, at Thursday, or Kyle Smith, on Far Otsu and shot. August Mujusulish, Dot, Ha Moore shot. In cake on that, my Dermot, Edge McMahon, Thursday on Durnan.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the raffle now. VIP Timo raffle. Timo number 2.
The original competitions company. From supercars to dream homes to life-changing cash. When you play with Orkings, you play with the best. Orkings Competitions. The originals. The only. The kings.
Fáilte jug a Dunlop Bill. Túsgurt chaid. Bill finished it. Pablo to fóta tíochtain. And shot an oile MHD Promotions Mark Dunlop. Agus Eric Donovan in Machoideachta and shot for Eric, you know, Mark obviously an MHD, you know, they have the likes of you, they have the likes of Tommy, and you can see the young boxers coming through, getting opportunities. You need a good promoter to give you those opportunities, and that's something that Mark can give you. You've seen, you know, we have, you know, Kyle Smith is going to fight later on. He's been on nice cards already. Getting those opportunities, if you can't get them, you're going nowhere.
Yeah, Mark is very good at it as well, like, you know, and if you think about the professional shows that he has built, and even the fighters that he's built over the years, you know, he puts time and effort and investment into them, and most of his shows are 5-6 fights max. He's not one to put on this, like, you know, 12, 13, 14, 15 fights. People are here all day, maybe the first fight starting at 2 or 3 o'clock, and you're here till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. He's not interested in that. He wants small, intimate gigs where people can come and actually enjoy quality boxing. And if you look at the fights tonight as well, there was no stoppages yet.
No.
You know, some
good matchups.
Good matchups, good tests, and that's what people want to see. And he has done a great job with the likes of James Tennyson. I was talking about Tommy McCarthy, Paul Hyland, myself, and he's brought us all on to great success, and he done that by putting us in good development fights.
Good over to get Martian. Good. Martian. Ben with Bustach, ik Kong in the thread donation, Tommy McCarthy.
And we are here with Cahill Jennings after a hard-hitting contest. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, Tommy, I felt good. I felt a wee bit like I probably went away from the game plan a wee bit too much, but like it was a good experience. Around 6 rounds, a good operator there. I have good experience. No, it's my 3rd fight there. Usually people are still sticking around the 4 rounds at this stage, so good to get the 6 hard rounds. They'll stand by me.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good step up. It's good that you've got the rounds in the bank. You know you can do it. And like I said, it was a hard-hitting contest. I think you touched form early on and you went gun-ho in. You were looking for the knockout. Did you feel like you could have got it? I felt
I could hurt him. You know, he surprised me inside, Tommy. Like I felt like I was going to be able to bully him a lot more. Like I came in that weight quite big myself, like, but he was a big operator. But I felt like I probably went full steam ahead too quick. Dan was telling me to, you know, take it back a wee bit. Like I was like a raging bull in there, but like as you know, like see when I'm in there fighting, like sometimes I just get stuck in. You know, I'm usually in there for a war, like which can be a downfall at times. You know.
Well, like you say, it's only your third fight, and that'll all come with experience.
Yeah.
He was a very experienced operator in there, and I think maybe that's seen him through to the end of the 6 rounds, because you were catching with some lovely shots, and a referee could have stepped in, a different referee maybe would have stepped in.
Yeah.
What did you feel about the performance, Don, as a coach?
Like I felt he boxed well at times, but just a bit more patience is what he needed, you know what I mean? And taking a wee half step backs and just trying to set things up more. So I was trying to get him to compose himself, but he was like a raging bull. So I kept saying the word composure and shouting in composure. But he boxed, listen, hardest or easiest thing to do, you get a win. No, like it's just whenever you lose in a situation like that, that's when we've got a problem, obviously, and you'd be worried. But a win's a win, and look, great experience for him. He put it on him, as you said, he touched for him early, and then maybe he went gunning for him instead. Then, do you know what I mean? So that's where we've come up to, obviously.
And what's your plans then for the rest of the year? Are you going to stay in the gym or?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've only come into welterweight there. Like I made the weight quite easy. I'm actually thinking of moving down. I think I just need to keep my composure a wee bit more in there, Tommy. You know, well, I should have been listening to Dan a wee bit more. You know, sometimes I get touched there and I'm just like biting down the gum shield a wee bit too much. I need to get back into the head movement, not taking shots, not shot for shot, you know. But gonna stay in the gym, you know. Hopefully get a fight in around February time, you know. Enjoy a bit of food over Christmas, and yeah, just keep her lit.
Well, you've earned it. Congratulations tonight. And we've got promoter of the night, Mr. Mark Dunlop. Come on in. We're saying that it was a real exciting fireworks going off in the ring there. How did you feel about the fight?
I thought it was fantastic what it was. Whenever I spoke to Dan, his coach at the start, he said he wanted to step up. Castle wanted to step up, and believe me, like there's not many kids would fight Matthew King in the third fight, wasn't it? Like, and I thought he'd done fantastic because he's in with an experienced, tough, strong guy, and really like. He's going to learn so much from that there, so much than emptying somebody, you know, like really, I'm really taking out, and I thought you were fantastic, like 100%, really good, like, but as I say, listen to the main man in the corner, you know, I didn't know who was going to have a heart attack, me or him, but like, but he's calmed down, but let him say it, but thanks very much, brilliant.
And Mark, before you go, Mark, this is your third fight of the year, or your third show of the year.
Yes.
Are you planning to get Cal out next year on some more shows, or have you got any plans for him?
This is booked for Valentine's Day on the 14th of February. We're going to call it the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. But it's a Saturday show, so we don't know. We don't know. It's a long way. It's a long way, but it's booked, and we really want to come back here. It's fantastic venues, everything that we need, and it is only 10 minutes out. Everybody can park. It's easy to set up, easy to take down, and. Yeah, the surroundings are fantastic, but as I say, I can't do it without these guys, and they've all stepped up to the mark tonight. And as I said, they're all in learning fights. Yeah. You know, there's no title fights tonight, but they're in good fights. They're going to get something from. In fact, Castle will shoot up the rankings now because of that. They're no very good. And yes, and you know what it's like. Then when you to get yourself.
And I appreciate the opportunity.
No, 100%. No, and Dan as well. Dan has me tortured. Dan, thank Dan, not your manager. He has me tortured every time. Every time I wake up in the morning, I hear a noise and I look down, it's down at the end of my bed, shaking my toes. Get up, I want him out, I want him on. But no, fantastic. Like, thanks very much, but we're ready to rock and roll anyway.
Good stuff.
Okay, thanks very much.
Well done, lads. Congratulations. Yep, yes. Back to you.
And that was, as I say, Tommy, that was really moving for John's family. How hard must that have been to actually, you know, come here and you know, give that inaugural trophy out, you know, that the British Boxing Board of Control have now, you know, introduced for John's memory. Honestly, it was like I couldn't get in the ring myself, but I would be honest with you, like they're so brave, and you know, hope all the winners of that their trophy, you know, go on to do real good, proud things.
Definitely.
All right.
Yep. Thanks very much, Mark. Yep. Back to you.
Shagabanga Tommy, August Mark, August Dan Anderson, Chin, August the Constitution, Poor Mark, Carl Jennings. And Eric, it was interesting, you know, to hear Carl saying the same thing, that, you know, he probably should have kept a bit more composure, but when the fight is in you, it's hard to kind of not, you know, bite down on the mouth guard and just go for things. But I suppose, again, if that's one thing he learned tonight, it's a massive going forward, because, you know, if he's on the card maybe in Valentine's Day or some other fight, I'm sure in February or January, those are the things you're going to need to do. But it's nice to see a boxer straight away understand, okay, that's something straight away I can practice in the gym the next couple of weeks before he enjoys his Christmas dinner in December.
Yeah, like, look, he's a smart kid. When I say kid, he's a smart man. He's old enough. He knows, and it's been a win-win-win for him tonight because, like, he won the fight. He has learned so much about what he needs to do the next time, and also he has gone up the rankings because he took on a very good opponent, an opponent that has good ranking points. So Mark said it there as well. There's no point in him coming in against somebody and just blitzing them out of it tonight, and then he gets the win, stays where he is, and doesn't go up. But tonight, he got the win, moves up the rankings, and learned valuable lessons. So all around, it's been a very good night for him so far. And you know, he is going to go on. Well, I like to hear a fighter, like, he's very critical of himself as well. But I like to hear a fighter that has an open mind and is not full of his own kind of, what would you say?
Self-importance maybe, or kind of.
Yeah, because sometimes when people get a win, they're like, I won, it doesn't matter, I won, I won. So even in a win, he's able to say, okay, I won, but there's loads that I have to work on. And yes, what I done tonight was enough to get me over the line. But as I step up these rankings, I'm going to come up against somebody where tonight's performance not going to be enough. So I got to fine tune, I got to get better. And you know, so that's the attitude you want to hear from your fighter. So I'm impressed by him. I really did admire his style and his performance, and I look forward to watching him again.
Yeah, Carl Jennings, Session of Rue on Siu Khan. Kate Tread Gute, Egg Oisin, the Diamond Dunlop, Angus Charles McDonough, and Thorn the Khan. Angus Mar Hoink with the chain, Carl Jennings, Gruttal. Angus the Gruttal, Quigany, Quiga Shot, Kinte, Bauta, Moore on Turnona, the Hajin Attack, Force Henry, because Kyle Smith, Session at Treads, we can't beat it in a bit, the food of my dig. Tour session Ayer Paul Cummings a provision to the Sula Treads Ivida Car agus Dina Bansult as on Turnuna agus Bansult as Dunlop Bjorn shot Air Sport TG Car or YouTube Sport TG Car agus Mark Dunlop a kind of free later court yellow base Toch and Keenach all in work into Huggy Air Knots agus well work again Hullo on it in the tread tonight agus atmosphere das and Chug is a well atmosphere das on. Really nice atmosphere, Eric. It's a kind of a different atmosphere, isn't it? Like, you know, sometimes you come into different cards anywhere, never mind in Ireland. You know, there can be kind of that kind of, I suppose, that explosion. It's a really nice kind of, I suppose, friendly in a strange way atmosphere, which is kind of rare at a boxing night.
Yeah, what I like about it is it's a confined place. The people in, like, the fighters in the ring, they almost feel like the crowd here are standing just outside the ropes or sitting just outside the ropes and watching. They're so close, and it's so intimate and it's so personal, and it is good. You're right, everybody's friendly, it's a good atmosphere, it's a nice vibe, and even the fights, all of them were close. There were good matchups, but there was no nastiness, there was no kind of like nothing untoward happening. A really good positive night of boxing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our co-main event of the evening. Please give a big Belfast welcome from Sheffield, Yorkshire, Owen, the Test, Durnan. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring tonight from Belfast, Hija McMahon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 150.4 pounds, boxing out of the red corner tonight. Would you please give him a big, big Belfast welcome one more time, please? From Sheffield, Yorkshire, Owen the Test Dunlop. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 151.7 pounds, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, with very impressive grey, white and red shorts on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big Belfast welcome one more time. Hija McMahon! Ladies and gentlemen, this welterweight contest scheduled for 6 by 3 minute rounds. Hugh Russell Jr. will now give us final instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, which is the changing you don't expect. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Sean McBurry mar sin có main event agus fearhfuil feriste Hija McMahon agus é sin na tuairt ar ón Durnan as Sheffield.
Second time, round one.
Agus is sto má bailúisteach an seo ag Hija agus McMahon mar sin. Sna brístí gárad Bán agus Dubh agus Durnan sa chuide Dubh agus oriste. Agus chead cin grú tuige. Fé ceir bliain d'aois mar sin. Rís tá héige ní se ó beidir rís gona Donnelly chunig muid trúna. Ach tá naimh leis an cantar rotal dat se doras cho beidir go can go Christnaí. Bhí Celtach. Twis agus láid an teige. Gur breúir Durnan Hanahain.
Really good positive start from Hija McMahon. He's 3-0 at the moment, so it's only his 4th fight. Still very early days in his professional career, but only 24 years of age. He has something about him. And his opponent, Owen Durham, is 25 years of age. Again, more of a losing record than a winning record, Durham, but never been stopped. Never been stopped. And Hija McMahon said he would like to become the first person to do that tonight. Yeah, and if he does, that would be a big statement.
Yeah, too small. Agus Keitsa McMahon told Canis. Agus neartta cadí síalta again shot. Still bra Harka out Bala.
He's throwing a nice right uppercut into the solar plexus to the body. I'm not sure if it's landing clean, but if it does land clean, it will be it will knock the wind out of the sails of Owen Durham, and that's for sure, because it's a screw punch up to into the solar plexus. He's trying it. He's been setting it up. That one there has been more straight, but there it is. Yeah, again, just a little bit off target.
You're in conscience, sock green. There, Eric Donovan. You're in conscience, Crohu Tamar Fads. McMahon. Couple contest with it. Keintse Iganis. There's a lot of one. You guess. You more cut it Ashig turning force. He Jensen. You get Bruchred. Turning Cussin took a D shot, got more cuts at Ash again. Second focus again, Kid Walter, Shea Walter, face a gun, Chachama. Agus an tread shot, agus Kid Tredella. Mar whole tread na Hike. Behind the car and Das Oxnach. Into a ball of Socreen, agus Cussin to the journal, couldn't chat brew it, can't Das Teed up the chin. Egg McMahon.
Nice bit of work there from McMahon. Just got Owen Durnham on the ropes and landed a very good 1-2. A solid right hand went in and landed flush on the jaw.
Count more Katach. Durnham and Cousins come out. Because Aileen Shaway, a couple of second focus again about the shot. He had to walk with Durnham. Just basically could brew good in McMahon. More Katach. A comfortable, composed first round for McMahon.
Yeah, good first round. Durnham doesn't look like he's in any major trouble, like, you know, because he's still he's got a good, he has minimised a lot of the work, or I suppose mitigated a lot of the work that has come from McMahon in the first round, but it has been a dominant round. McMahon won, unanimous on all the scorecards, but he hasn't hit the target flush on many occasions, you know, and that's due to the very clever defensive work from Durnham, who just ties up enough when he gets him in the inside, and it's just as a high enough defence, clever enough, blocking the body and all. A real wiry old pro with good experience, and it's no surprise that he has never been stopped in 34 losses. So that's something that a fighter like him will take great pride in.
Yeah, and Keith will chat Lord Drugus Kroger. 45. Fantas go our boat. Trinally to go the Khudamach. Man, it is to go. Canis the lower one, you can sposh in a Krohu Rohain and Tamerfad. Couple of clay Katzach. Turn the Cousins come out the Gale Gominic Wech. Nietzsche Kam Mitch and Ash. Man, Ishgira, Frushir. Can't you das can't Zirach. Mitch and Kurtelesh.
Yeah, that feint work is nice. You see that little feint, little dummy work, because what that does is it puts your opponent into a false sense of security, and you're hoping that they punch, because when they punch, then they'll expose themselves, and you can try and counter then and try and land cleanly with the shots, because that's where the damage can happen. But so far, it's very, very difficult for McMahon. While he's in the driving seat, it's very difficult for him to land flush in the clean scoring areas.
This is what they're doing. Conscience, puts he saw McMahon. He's down and tackle up the Shishis. Right, sir. Shots a stach and chin. Conscience, that's it, Durnham.
Southpaw position, Durnham, and orthodox is McMahon, who stepped into southpaw now. Wasn't a good move for him, because he got caught with a straight punch and knocked his head back. When you got fighters changing over into positions that they're not used to, it tells you that they're running out of ideas, or maybe they're just trying to try something new. But he's better off sticking to what he does best and try and get through this pretty durable and resilient opponent. Good matchups all night, I have to say, for all these fighters.
And again, Conchachach, Rater Ogl Turner, Kunal Green Merch. Rater can't over the east. Quick second Focky, about to do shaking the treasure for the coup. He just exploded his fin can did it. Turner can Dasog more larger. McBaniger Vouchier. Turning.
Nice work here from the inside by Hyja.
Yeah, couple of counts Kotick McMahon and Chikon Hija McMahon. Bullets for Force for his second Focky. To do. Darren to the Gadas and Jim Cassie Pulugas. Con on the hat. Adrian can come orange and cusses by Darren up Nish Jeffrey Brewer. It is Darren comfort to come out going on Chin Yakusha. You would Chantam Shana. organisation. Dorn about to.
Yeah. That was a good round there from Highja, and he really pressed it there. He pressed it, he upped the ante a little bit there. It was pretty good. This is his first 6-round fight. He has the conditioning. He's in great shape. He looks to be in great shape. Obviously, his opponent's going to be a tough nut to crack, but he's winning the rounds. He's 2 up comfortably already. He has his sights set on moving into the Celtic title contention next year. You know, he made his debut back in November November last year. Had a points win over Octavian Gratti, and has 3 fights before tonight, all points win. So he's no stoppages on his career. And as a pro, you'd like to get one. You know, you would like to get a stoppage, but up against somebody tonight who's never ever been stopped before, I think it's going to be very difficult. But again, your ultimate and the most important objective is the win.
Sinead, Ton of the concept, Bua all, I guess maybe Sharafi, each of a man, I just control that data Shabbat. Somebody in new to free, you can't ask the Chinnigat. Peter Charlotte, BY Celtic title after shot to the Mass Motor shot, couple of more squeeze ticket. Durnan Ahena Kadash. There's 2 splodes both at 3. Durnan Kahakantrinach, Cousins Mark McMahon. More Cousins the Zinnaget. Conchin.
Oh, lovely.
Dasso Condas.
Lovely, right uppercut lead.
Derniger Kadash. Cousins. Turn the Brooklyn Keane. Right to Christoplo. Nishkir and Dasso Shinachach. Onur Shavisha to Dernan. Over Steve Stin Shinagaverta Kabach. Kabota Hussagus Plodach. Nichacha Splodach Nish. Sword Shinig. McMahon nach East turning. Love our digger, Cousins might get. Can't cut it. Conscious as McMahon. That's the quarter should each turn. Zassach Nacha. Late turn and that's a brewer. Numad Foky's motor shot. Kito Katinor shot.
Again, Durnan is just. He's just happy enough to just stand there and not do a whole lot. He's like, here, listen, I'm just happy to be here.
He hasn't thrown a huge one,
no, but it's up to Highja now to put the foot down and try and get close and put on a show, because you got to dictate the terms here. You don't want your opponent dictating, because look, Durnan is not doing anything. He's happy enough to just be here. He'll take his paycheck and he'll go home at the end of the night happy out. And another loss is nothing to him when you have 34 losses. But Highja wants to develop and he wants to improve and he wants to finish out the year on a high. And so he has.
Drew Berger. Shall for shot. Could going to score in his Tushka. Darren Tiachan Keen. It was a Bruce Sheared. He's turning to live and Johnson because Cousins macht nie Sorge mit machen. Kind das so schön noch baut die See Katze. Because on Durnan sauce to gemacht. He's a McMahon. Escherol zone Cooney. Halfway through the fight, McMahon will be happy. But Durnan seems happy as well. He kind of seems content with what he's doing. And he's defending well. He's slippery here a lot of time, but I suppose McMahon is trying to set up that right hand and it just hasn't clicked for him yet.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. He has to force the initiative all the time. Durnan is content. He's happy. He's in no major rush. But Highja, he has to think differently now. He's 3 rounds in. He's 3 rounds up. He can just do the same thing and win comfortably in the end. But if he wants to really try and maybe get his first stoppage win tonight. He's going to have to do something completely different.
Second time.
He's a little bit, just a little bit predictable in how with his attacks. He's forcing it a little bit. So he just, maybe if he can just throw a little more dummies, little setups with the jab, and then look for a counter punch or something that is going to catch Durnan by surprise.
Both the Cameron. So the Arthur shot. Nigel McMahon, Brishti, Dovagus Barnagus, on Durnan. Nation Taki at Sheffield. So Brishti, Dovagus Orishta. McMahon comforts a good shot. Ravel Ferstach. Sausage Ganchin, Kitog Daskas like a free roll.
It is a difficult challenge, I have to say. Like, you know, I have empathy for McMahon, because like when you're boxing somebody that don't throw punches, that will not be take the risks, they're safe all of the time throughout the fight, then you're the one that's having to push the initiative. You're the one that's having to do things that you're not used to doing, and then while doing that, you can put yourself in a risky position.
Session McMahon at least. Sosta.
You see, he just tried something new there with a big backhand over the top, but then he got caught with a counter backhand, and that's what I'm talking about. It just grazed the side of his head. It didn't land flush, but that's what can happen. These are the small little margins that, you know, for error, and this is why we love this sport, because you know, 1 minute you can be in the driving seat and the next minute you could be looking up at the lights.
Because in the side chit to the Reimer Torlu. Ach, McMahon Sosta, seeking key to go to Conchini Sarga, Kito Kate. Kito Grish Dirach. Force a gear Zasuk Shin. Crohun, Sarg, McMahon and Shin. Turn false fast because that's McMahon, Conchikipi. Into a lava, turn it to him, hey, there's a thread shachnish.
When you're a journeyman and you're boxing on the road, you're a road warrior and you've never been stopped, that's a target on your head. It's like people want you. A lot of fighters will want you because they want to become the first person. Yeah, and you don't ask for it, but it just happens naturally. It's an automatic bounty that goes on your head.
Come on, Das Chinik McMahon. He's turning. Kaker Bulua, Mishanan, Boga. Angus Durnan, Sosta come out. He don't put McMahon is a hurt to force.
Caught with a punch there. Didn't take much out of him, but just a glancing blow. Again, just Durnan showing that he's still dangerous and not to switch off.
Angus, of course, he acted to lodge like Durnan with the shot. Bugger. I should carry about to Clifney. And Durnan, like he's still moving well. He's not, as he said, he's a tricky customer for Hugh McMahon. But you know, he's comfortable here. But these, as we said, for all these fighters, this is the learning curve. This is where you have to try and be able to adapt. In a fight, 6 rounds, you're up 4. But I suppose he probably won't there's no need now to go looking for the knockout because he hasn't really hurt Durnan, has he?
No, and look, it was like another convincing round as well in terms of like scoring of the round. He's well up here. He's 4 rounds up. I would just try and just continue doing what you're doing. There's no point when he tried to do something. He threw a big swinging right backhand there just earlier on in that round, and he missed with it, and then he nearly got countered with one coming back. So you don't want to be. Last thing you want to do is be, you know, taking careless or reckless risks when you know you just have to stay boxing the way you are and get the win. But after this fight, I would like to see Jay Byrne, who is McMahon's promoter. He's going to anyway. He's going to up him. He's going to up. To be honest, you don't see many other fighters taking a 6-rounder either straight away in their first year. So I commend them for that. And but I would like to see the opposition for him next year lift as well.
McMahon marsin kompertig daar about the journey. Ach, nie heen nog turn is couple kan nog acht nie meetje nee. En is hier een test ook op kort nog graag. Love order Jennings Durnan. Fantastic trick by Mahan.
Good left hook by McMahon. Round the back of the defence. Needs more of that, like he needs to capitalise on that. So it's no, he throws one or lands a good shot and then just stands off again. You kind of need to put a little bit more pressure on Durham, but like second phase, third phase.
Man, give a cut on Tida. Durham talking keen in the shot. Glan Tida. Durham nach near session. Green. Jagger facht stinchen. McMahon can't ask the super McMahon. Negen second go vote to quick. Eerste keer een kortje de gracht niet. In het spruction.
He hasn't had a win, Elliot. He hasn't had a win, Durham, for about 10 fights, I think, and you can see why.
Yeah, he's defending well, but he's not really offering anything.
No, but the other thing as well is he is dangerous, and in October of last year he beat a rising prospect who was 7-1 in Elliott, so from Birmingham. So that was somebody that was expected just to get into the ring and beat him, and that was a scalp that Durham got. So.
Carach second fucking about the quick. Achas just about the yellow. McMahon comfort to her. Later Aspas flank way to tread shot. Come on, just has to hastigheid. Just a homologue McMahon. Conscious to shake McMahon. Turning in the rope here. Guided us. Elu Tamer Fads. The second he's down Hish. So the winning clog. Met een klok tegen second bulten. En dan kreeg toen een splanken shot. En dus vertical vision komt kan gaan, maar zijn van de startse motor turn nog. Bout to Shea into Hija McMahon on his own Durnan. And Durnan, you have to talk about his fitness. Like he's not tiring much at all.
No, but that's because he's good at preserving energy. Carty, he's very, very good at preserving energy. He doesn't exert much, and what he does very, very well. If you watch the times when Hija McMahon comes in with attacks, he'll take one step back and he'll probably take one or two on the gloves and then just drop his head or a little crouch down and tie you up. And already he's probably after just buying 10-15 seconds in that sequence where he took no punishment, grabbed you, tied you up and let the clock run down. It's very, very clever work.
Ashen van Voorrail bout to Evid Shea. Dara treads there on the shot. Thriller at the mill. Go for it at MHD Promotions. There's Mark Dunlop. Unfading McMahon in contract right now. Ní hála go meach at tríú me aige bu eile á le mór beidir go dtí ché Chris fé sé. Cahan teasú tíireach seán is. Smóta seo beidir seachas an ceann íseal. Is í neib bacra sin. Níos gur fála seach. Cá cúpa ceann smóta seo. Nach whack na písa. Sin híide McMahon go brú sheer. Durner gúnaí an chumpertach a cosainach ní teach cáméitin. Bouta Dernach.
I have to say hats off to the matchmakers for the fights tonight, and they're all as evenly matched up, but they're only young. I know ref wasn't happy at that. Durham knows he was wrong there to do that. He used the shoulder while they were in the clinch. Yeah, there's no need for that.
Yeah. He knew straight away he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Apologise.
Yeah.
No damage done, hopefully.
Yeah, I think the referee would have warned him if he wasn't so remorseful. He showed remorse. He showed instant remorse for his mistake, and that's okay. But Yeah, closely matchups, and look, the majority of fighters here are very young, all young, with the exception of Cottle Jennings. But everybody's learned so much tonight. Everybody got great rounds in tonight, and we still have the main event to go. Kyle Smith, who's only 19, and he probably will want to perhaps get the knockout victory tonight, and that would be some way to close out the show if he can do it.
Yeah, that's the one thing we haven't seen tonight yet. Knockdown, but Numa the one fought to Egg. Like H. McMahon and shot. Comfortach. Agus an Durnan. Tahi má gach Caimlin Spa idir a verticup. Stíl na difriúil. Manuel Snarhol tún spruchan tamsin.
I have to say, Durham is only 25 years of age, but he's very, very clever, very intelligent and experienced, and it is going to take a serious operator to actually take him out and give him his first stoppage if he ever gets it. But very clever. I just because I admire in how he's using. Like this is what I was saying. He takes a step back, little drop of the shoulder, ties him up. He's buying time. He's just letting the clock run down. It's not pretty to the people that wanted to see a bit of a war, a bit of action, but to the boxing purists, you have to appreciate it.
Yeah, Agus Sinead both to shake heart and Dolphin Torrey clapping me. E.J. McMahon Kelleracha on Durnan. He's tread ma a bege. Tread ma Tanyavach. Acha gone more. I'm on Kesh fin Torrishin, agus muid a bogustach go dín ceann deire. Agus ón Durnan tastan sin. Gant le E.J. McMahon. As bell feriste. Maybe Eric Donovan between Caru treads at Gigach. Lesh Bua Shaw, Hola, come out to get Rolfin Keen based at Egg Chris. Chanel treads could be treads at Chris BY, Celtic Title based in Fair Shea. Come with the staff, Egg Kenny McDowell, Guntora all, and a Chapin, good shot, Ben Nachray. Dunlop agus na mitúg í tóbach. Dénach réite McMahon. Logan chat písa iad a chorúir agus písa the one as. McMahon as bell feriste. Feisha sásta. Gan bhád le cholige. Agus Durnan a hain fáici réid. Feicman Lynn mar sin agus an tora Egg Kenny McDowell agus an réid tuairtúna.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before we announce the winner tonight, let's show our appreciation one more time. Two fantastic boxers yet. Well done, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Hugh Russell Jr., has scored the contest 60-54 in favor of your winner tonight, Hadja McMahon!
Grúta Egg McMahon mar sin agus dí muid a ceappa go rá. Grúta go compórtach aige Chlár and Ray Tura, and Eric, he'll be happy with that. A good win, and I suppose that win 4-0 and 6 rounds gives him an opportunity maybe for something like a BOI Celtic title in next year in 2026.
Yeah, because in order to fight for the Celtic title, I don't think you have to have fought
rounds, isn't it?
6 rounds.
Yeah.
You can't go from 4 rounds to 8 rounds. You have to go 4, 6, 8. So, Celtic title is an 8-round fight, and I think he wants to be in the running for one of them next year. So, yeah, good performance from him. You can't fault him for what he did. He did everything that was asked of him. He just had a very negative opponent that didn't really want to win. Just was happy to just come in, take a paycheck, and go home with the minimum with taking the minimum amount of punishment tonight.
Interesting, you know, McMahon, as obviously a lot of the fighters today are very close to us here in Belfast, but McMahon, when he came in, there was an energy about him as well. There's a bit of an aura about him. There's a bit of a style to him, which is something you want in a young boxer, isn't it?
Yeah, look, he looks the part. I mean, like he's got the fans, he's got the style, he's got the ability, and he even looks good. He's great shape, and but again, it's early days. We have to see him. He's 4-0 now, but the opponents that he has boxed, he was expected to beat every one of them. So that's no surprise. So he's done what what we've expected him to do. But next year we'll hopefully see his opposition level increase, and hopefully more questions can be asked of him, and let's see how he answers them.
Yeah, Feckin Malin, Caro Threads Heart and Shot. Like Triller at the Mill, I go for to the MHG Promotions Bill and our Sport TG Cat, our channel YouTube, because we'll do more. Good morning, Mr. Thread Zid in the Heike, Paul Cummings at Turtai, Coyle Smith, on Farrow, Tool and Shot, Barry Threads, Cup of Shaft and Windsor Park, Bisha Threads and Shot Tranuna, Angus Bisha, Asulish and Bua all. Windsor Sulish and Threads more in the Heat, Angus Hidicon Mine, Oisin, Dunlop, Growth on a Keikon. Charles McDonough and Dora Khan, Cathal Jennings and Sue Khan, agus EJ McMahon and Gruchtal and Caru Khan, agus Bisha Hain Sostig Malish. No, Donnelly Oga Sharfad, Dulchan Keena, you know, came Ella Hogel, Edamore, and Christine Diffula, agus Goppa Punt, the Khurstach. So, Guntas Bank, and Tovata, Donnelly Profession to shut on the agus, when the Sula Threads more in the Heike, he gone couple of minutes. Tanya, I guess my keen to go Chipship Tanya Somala, Asta Durnally Mahasha, Euro Cup, Snaffetti, you can see the Follow McGuards, Euro Cup, Hollow and Yart and Yart. MHG Promotions, don't like Mark Dunlop, York on the Corti, means Snaffet Kellagi, Bio Ed, Dunlop, Bio, Sport TG Cat, session means to play like Euro Hope, August, needs to Shama, Brunu Douche. The Gwivnet, agus in Chunner, John Cooney, Durnally, a was a good Trago, a hundred Katze. Farrell's cut in the guard of it, if he trades and shot for Stewart. MHG Promotions, if that reads what. Blienta. Took him to start, Egg Tommy, a talk kinds, Fair Bokoch, he's a McMahon.
And we're here with another winner, Hayden McMahon. How did you feel tonight, 4-0?
Yeah, it feels brilliant to go 4-0. It was good. It was a good fight. He brought a different side out. He was tricky, so it was good to adapt and get the win.
Yeah, it was a good 6 rounds in the bank and some sharp shooting. You look very impressive. You look like you're improving every fight, every time I see you in the ring. What is your plans going forward? Do you want to move faster up to 8 rounds, or are you happy to go at a steady pace and do 6 rounds again?
Tell you the truth, I'm just going to speak to J&D and see how it goes. I don't mind. I feel like I could have kept going there. I'm always in the gym, so whatever opportunities come up, I'm ready to take them.
Yeah, you know, you've got an interesting story. You've no amateur background and you came up the white collar scene, but you're a natural boxer. You know, you've done some really impressive stuff in there. Are you looking for titles in 2026?
Definitely. Back end, I think there's some big shows at the back end. I'm still building, but that's not far away for me. Yeah, I'm keep getting better. I'm way better than that I showed tonight. I promise you. So we'll see. We'll keep going. There's more fights to come, bigger nights to come, and you'll see me. I'll keep growing. I'll keep getting better.
Brilliant. Still undefeated. Very exciting prospect. Over to you.
Thank you, Tommy.
That treads more in the Heike, Kyle Smith. We're going to go as Pisabag Born shot to tire Paul Cummings. Don't know Kyle Smith. Cummings, Nyart Tahi again. Tour shot, test and shot, good Kyle Smith. Jennings, Tia Bindish. Cummings, goes that. Gareth Foffy Ray, gun tread shot. Kyle Smith, Nyart Tahi again. C, Bun, na Hayden Grutige. Elite, Hugo Ola, and Vian Chikate. Agus in Hayden treads, Grutige Mage. And Park Windsor, don't know in their hug. Harry Donovan, agus Lewis Crocker, Ida Kayla, treads more. Nabliana, Satir shot, Nilan shot. Smith come on and through the shot. Test my shot. Nucha Kuig trades. I think Paul Cummings Marshin Nyart Tahiega. But all in Beijing. KO Calvin John Beijing. Ruddy King explodes off the tread shot. It's the one thing we've been missing. Eric, you were talking about, you know, the matchmaker got it right. We don't know if it was Marco who was winning, but they've got it right. We've got close fights, we've got competitive fights. But everyone would like to see a knockout at some stage.
Yeah, or even a knockdown.
We take a knockdown.
Or even a knockdown, yeah, because like that's the lure of professional boxing as well, you know, and that's what people want to see.
We have come to our main event of the evening.
Kenny, it each to one.
6 by 3 minute rounds in the super welterweight division. Please welcome to the ring from Derry, London Derry, by way of Wiltshire, England, Paul the Test Cummings. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring from Carmoney, Newtownarby, Carl Smith. Well, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 159.1 pounds, all the way from Wiltshire, England, via Derry London Derry. Boxing out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big, big round of applause one more time. Let's make him very, very welcome. Paul the Test Cummings. And ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 156 pounds, boxing out of the blue corner tonight, wearing black and white matching shorts, ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a big, big welcome one more time to the 3 times National Amateur Champion, 2025 Ulster Elite Champion, and this is his second professional fight, Carl Smith! The referee, Hugh Russell, would like to give us final instructions.
Okay, lads, I suppose you're supposed to children. You know what I expect. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves.
Cummings a nice Smith machine. Agus slow bra. Agus atmosphere ma and shot. Agus Kyle Smith. Door on the thread profession to. Agus told you. But Kate Slato not shot. Desire Cummings. Agus near a cool thread to shot. Piece of out more. Smith is engaged here. Arton Jennings contest. Where to go bed? Arton Jefful. Eddie Moore, confession to Smith to toss a man shot. Couple of kit tugged ass cut to get. There's Cummings and T-Vela gone one cut to get force. Fantastic Smith to Jennings has Cummings, he's Hanahan. Love Clay Das. Lovely shot, Eric.
Yeah. You can feel the. You can hear the thump off the shots from here. He's got something. He's got power in both hands.
And Cummings is in trouble already. And I guess Nietzsche caught more than Ash. Smith is and keen. Smith to give it. Clishton issues. Chantel hurt her hand. Love Clash and Connell. The has to get Cummings the dribbles. Han hand a shot. I guess Sinead is a heart. Hey, Numa the 10 second. Segade Rota, Angus and Rator, Chris Stuplish.
Yeah.
Angus Paul Cummings, well, Yersha Camor on, and Eric, that's a good stop from the ref because Cummings, you know, he was down and he wasn't throwing anything back.
No, it's a good stoppage. It was like Kyle probably would have preferred the grandstand stoppage where he lands on the chin and down, and he goes down on his back or whatever. But I think that's what was probably going to happen within a couple more seconds. So for the referee to step in and call a halt there was very good refereeing, because you have to remember they have a duty of care to the boxer, and that's the first and foremost priority, and he done his job there very well. And Kyle Smith got a stoppage. He got his KO victory on his only second pro fight and first main event. So the future is very bright for him.
It's a different dynamic. You know, he fought in Windsor Park, you know, probably the biggest Irish fight in a generation, and then to go back here, you're the headline. You know what I mean? It's slightly different, and he did what he had to do.
Yeah, he would have made his debut in Windsor Park, so he would have got a taste of that. But he would have been boxing on the undercard, way down early on the card when there was very little around. But you know, he topped the bill on only his second fight, so that shows you the pull already that he has. He's got a big profile.
The referee was the Hugh Russell Jr. from Belfast. Stop the contest tonight in favour of the winner, Kyle Smith.
There's a lot of practice there. Kyle Smith has Bill finished it. Segade Wouter couldn't just stop let Paul Cummings. They got near Kuig threads. Near Hein called Cummings. I guess Harry Smith. I didn't come out. I guess he don't go hook shot. More than that, Savar hook shot. Arog and Yartahi. Amateur and Chonyaden. I guess one shot in. I guess Hugh Russell Jr. didn't kill a cart to get on cart. Derechud was a tread shot. I guess I found the picture in chin. Mark Dunlop, we can't in Yisushke. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? That buzz to get a hometown venue and then to get the stoppage. It's what dreams are made in your second professional fight.
Absolutely, yeah. And another factor on the stoppage as well, which I think is very important and important probably to point out and mention, is Cummings' age. 39 years of age.
95 fights.
Yeah.
A lot of them stopped.
A lot of miles on the clock. And at 39, you don't want to be taking too many more punches. Like, you wouldn't have the same punch resistance that you would have when you're 29 or 30. Like, he's double the age of Kyle Smith.
Yeah.
I can't think he will be around for very much longer in his career, Paul Cummings. But
and that first knockdown hurt him. You knew, you could hear from here, hurt him, and he knew at that stage he was in trouble.
You don't want to be taking shots at that age, that point in your career. But this night is Kyle Smith's night. It's all about him. He looked the part. He got the job done. home guy, hometown, and you couldn't ask for any more. And he's in good hands with Mark Dunlop. And I know the fan base that he has around here is huge. They get behind their own, and I believe that we're going to be watching him over the next couple of years, developing his career, building the crowds, and moving on to bigger and better things.
And we saw Colin Murphy in the ring earlier on. That kind of progression, and to build them up. Mark Dunlop is very, very good with those kind of fighters. Even at that kind of weight category as well, he can match them well. And it's nice to get the KO as well, though, as any young fighter wants to get the stoppage, and he got that tonight. So it'll be interesting when he talks to Tommy. What's the plan for him? Because that didn't take too much out of him today. But fans go home happy. People that came in selling tickets, people that are watching on Sport TG Car will be happy. And as you said, he's a name now to look out for, because he has power in both hands, and he has something special about him so far.
Yeah, no, he is a name, but he is so young as well, and he's in a very stacked division, the super welterweight division. But for only 19, 20 years of age, over the next year and a half, maybe 12 to 18 months, he'd like to probably get another 4 to 6 fights, and all development fights. And then in 2027, maybe he could look at stepping up and maybe boxing for a Commonwealth or a Celtic or something along those sorts, something like that. But again, so young, so much potential. What you don't want to do is rush him. No need for that. But again, as I said, he's in safe hands at Mark Dunlop, and I expect we're going to see a lot more of him in the future.
And Kyle will know himself, Eric, won't he, that he did what he had to do today. I'm sure there's things that they're working on in the gym that he probably didn't get to work on tonight. That's probably something they look at, maybe get some rounds in. It was the opposite we were talking about earlier on. We wanted a knockdown, we got one. But overall, we saw some great boxers at the moment, great young talent coming up, and that's something we know.
Yeah.
This island is full of young, talented boxers, and getting them a card like this is brilliant.
Yeah, without a doubt. There's a great conveyor belt of talent, and this country, and particularly this city of Belfast. This city of Belfast has an incredible reputation on the world stage of producing championship boxers. But I will say about this fight tonight, he didn't learn much from this fight tonight, Kyle. He would have done all of his learning in training for this fight tonight, in his sparring, in the preparation, in the mental preparation of handling and preparing for main event in your hometown, in your home venue, in front of all your home people, preparing for all of that mentally. But the fight in itself, his opponent didn't really do much. He learned nothing from it. He got the job done, and you move on. But it is mainly in the gym where all of the hard work is crafted. But again, it's important to step up the opposition, because you need to keep refining, and the only way you can do that is when the test is more challenging.
Well, Fickmas Kidavesero, Kyle Smith, the Shakan Tommy.
Kyle Smith, first headline show, first round knockout. Didn't expect that, did you?
No, I didn't know. It was you seen what it was there, so it was it was a brilliant event and brilliant turnout for myself. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone that came out and spent their hard-earned money and came out to watch me.
Yeah, you've got a great fan base, as we could see here tonight. You boxed brilliant there for while it lasted. You found the shots perfectly. I think it was a left hook to the body, sunk right in, hit him right in the button, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, no, I was pacing myself as well, so it was my first 6 rounder, so I was just sort of getting into the fight really, and then obviously the fight was stopped, so it's out of my control.
Yeah, you've had a dream start to the pro game, the first fight at Windsor and now headlining here. What's in store for 2026?
Listen, I want to be active and be on the mark. Mark's brilliant building fighter, so I'm going to be flat out on him and get me out again as quick as I can. That's a main goal.
And Mark, you're known for building champions. What is your plans here? How fast do you want to move them along, or are you happy to take it nice and steady?
I'm going to rob the Northern Bank. Then we get the money for another show quickly. No. It was a great production tonight. Fair play to everybody. The fans were fantastic. I want a special shout to Karen Bell, who works in the centre. She's been you think she's been doing her whole life in terms of running boxing events, but she was very good. She's definitely an asset to coming here again without a shadow of a doubt, and getting into the show. They were all great, good well-matched fights for where they are in their career.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest with you, I was expecting Paul has only been stopped 10 times in 90 fights. No, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, he has come to the end of his career. I'm not going to turn around and say, you know, he's clubber lying, but he's very durable. And Kyle, I thought he had him a left hook to the chin the first knockdown, like, and thought, I was wanting him to stay and relax. It's about getting the rounds and the experience. Kyle, as I say, even like Paul stepped in at last minute because, again, you know what this world is like.
Yeah.
People took fights last week. We had a tough South American for him, who unfortunately got stopped in the show in London, and then we're back into, you know, back in the air looking for an opponent. He's a main event fight week, and then Paul stepped in and fair play to him. No, like it was a, what would you say the word would be for the crowd? But it was an atmosphere I wouldn't like to be part of, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Kyle done well, and he's a big feature.
Kyle, he's a highly touted prospect. Everyone's been talking about him. He showed what he could do here tonight. How far do you think he can go with this young man here?
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, he's going all the way, isn't he? Let's be honest. But he has to take all the criticism and take it constructively, because I'll be on, you know, Tommy, like you have Tommy won major titles, and I'm straight in there saying, no, but you didn't do this and didn't do that there, and that's the only way you learn by your mistakes. But tonight there was no mistakes, and all the hard work that he's put in the gym, and he's come through. Like, he had a bad flu there for 2 weeks, and we were up in the air, we were going to cancel the show. His dad pushed him out the door, and I'll get in, you're fighting, you know. And so yeah, no, it's very, very good, and big things are coming from him, and I really do appreciate the people of this community coming out to support him. We will definitely be back, and as I say, you know, you heard the crowd tonight there, and it was very, very good, and everybody played their part in a brilliant event.
Yeah, a local lad doing big things. You brought all the community out, and you delivered. Any final thoughts?
Yes, I want to say a big thank you to everyone that came out from local community and the BT36 community. Thank you very much, and for listen, they're spending their hard-earned money coming to watch me fight, and it's critical at this stage of my career. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone, and I appreciate it a lot. And my sponsors, I've loads of people backing me as well, sponsorship-wise. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone as well.
Brilliant, good stuff. And on behalf of MHD Promotions,
yeah,
would you like to say any more?
Yeah, I think we're potentially we're back here on Valentine's Day, 14th of February, Valentine's Day Massacre show, but it is a long way away. February, so we'll see what happens, but that is the plan for Kyle's next fight. Okay. So thanks very much.
Great, thanks everyone for tuning in. Sunday afternoon boxing / evening. It's been a great night. I hope you all enjoyed it. I've been Tommy McCarthy, Gormila Mayogat. Good night, God bless.
Good night, God bless.
Shad Mark Dunlop and Chinna Contact, Cosmetic is Tommy McCarthy. So Eric, finally wrapping up. Highlight of the night?
Yeah, it was a good night. I really enjoyed it. I thought the fights were very competitive, and it was nice to see a stoppage in the end as well, because again, that's part of the course.
That's what we come to see. It's what fans come to see.
Professional boxing, yeah. But good matchups, young kids. You want to say young kids, like some young talent there on display, and they're still very young. Charles McDonough, you know, quite young. Hijah McMahon, young. Development stages like Kyle Smith. You know what I mean? So they're like, and then I know Cathal Jennings, you know, while he's a more experienced fighter, he had a very good performance, and he stepped up to a 6-round level, and they stepped up in level in his opponent at such a early time in his career, but he'll reap the rewards for that.
And you had the likes of Oisin Dunlop opening the card, winning his pro debut. So we've had Smith and Dunlop, you know, really young time in their careers, but good performances. And as we said, really enjoyable night, really enjoyable afternoon. We keep saying night, even though it's strange. Really good atmosphere, and it's something we'd love to see more of. Afternoon boxing on a Sunday, you know, a full theatre here, and it was a great production, wasn't it? It
was a great production. Now, Mark Dunlop is absolutely brilliant. He's a great reputation for putting on brilliant shows. And I want to thank TG Catter as well for getting behind him and putting on some great afternoon boxing and afternoon / evening, like you said. But the good thing about this now is people are able to go home early enough on a Sunday evening. They've been at the fights, they've had their night out, and they're not coming home. They're not getting home at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. They're able to go home early enough and still, you know, settle in for their own evening. So it's a good show, and I suspect that this venue here as well, it's not going to be the last time we're here.
No, feicim den Eric Gormila Magat an Nacht. Le Tommy le Fulham MHD Productions, le Fulham Just Content Chama agus le Sport TG Cad. Be mo did Ashley Bedish le kunzir nach bio Gadishin Slán.
The original competitions company, from supercars to dream homes to life-changing cash. When you play with Orkings, you play with the best. Orkings competitions, the originals, the only, the kings.